Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Toonkind D&D. My name is Wiss, and I'm your Master of Ceremonies for today. Can I get my delightful players top to bottom to introduce yourselves, please?
What?
Yeah, you're at the top, Louis.
Fuck, that's right. I changed my nickname just before this game. Hello, it's me, the love contest of the Toonkind server, Lewis. I played Tobias, but that should be no fucking surprise.
Hey, howdy, hey, it's me, Artist of Obsessions, also known as Obby, and I am in fact playing the good pupper Primrose.
Hell yeah.
Yeah!
Hi, I'm Mira. I'm going to be playing Sammy Jax this evening.
Yes.
Hello, everyone, and I'm Heartless, and I will be playing Gille Treble.
Hi, I'm Vamp. I shall be playing Mersel, Toby and Prim's trophy boyfriend, and who chucks disrespect my partner's views.
I swear you must write these in advance, Vamp. Oh my god. Oh boy. So, we've got a nice little escapade set up for you this afternoon. Well, it's morning for me. And it's called Waves of Romance. And we have an anticipated and, prayer hands, hopefully, 0% angst on this thing.
Hopefully.
If you guys manage to put angst in this, I'm going to be very surprised. Okay.
I'll try not to.
Say that. My dying heart and
So, to get us started, I've got a teeny tiny little prologue for you. And it is a fine early spring afternoon, probably a Thursday. And it's the kind of day where it's not out of the ordinary to be doing your grocery shopping on the way home from work. And we are going to zero in on Primrose and Sammy in particular. You are both happen to be doing some groceries. I'm not going to make you roll anything at this point because A, you've both met, and B, Prim is bright pink. So you both notice each other as you are approaching the supermarket where you're going to do groceries. Are you going to say hello or anything at this point? You're welcome to.
Sammy's shading kind of goes sky blue because it's Gil's brother's partner, who was also a superstar. Oh.
And I think, Prim definitely notices Sammy second. You've seen her wisdom. You know she sees Sammy second. And, as soon as she notices him, it, takes her a bit to process, oh, that face is familiar. Oh, wait, I know you! And, she, immediately perks up. And, starts waving to Sammy from, across wherever she is.
Sammy's gonna, enthusiastically wave back, just hi!
No.
Hello!
Oh, dear. So you've waved hello to each other as you were approaching the store to buy, I don't know, ham. And again, I'm not going to make you roll this because you need to see it, and you will see it. You notice something set up out the front of the... Yes, it is a threat. You notice something set out the front of the store. It looks like some sort of market stall or fairground sort of stall. It's done up in blues and whites. And can I get both of you to roll a history? And can I get Sammy with advantage, please?
Okay.
History.
Okay,
boy.
I am really glad for that history, because...
5 for Prim. Prim knows nothing.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow. I mean, wow. That tracks, but wow. Okay. So you look over at this stall set up out the front of the grocery store, and you look at the big sign in the back, and Sammy, you notice this immediately. It's written in Ghiblian. it's got common on there as well, but it's like all of the Ghiblian letter forms are on there as well. And the common, you can actually read this, the Ghiblian stuff, but the common says, chance game, fabulous prizes, true act of love. You suspect it was translated into common, having been written in Ghiblian.
It's just like his surprised sky blue shading has not disappeared. It's just gotten brighter.
Getting a little bit closer, you can see that the stall has, instead of a table or a counter, it's some sort of fish tank. It's, if you imagine an L shape, with a deep bit at the back and a more shallow bit at the front, with on little legs. And standing in the back part, in water up to his waist, is a Ghiblian man with long red hair wearing a striped white and blue suit. And as you get closer to the supermarket, he points at the both of you, singling you both out, and goes, You two, come and take a chance at this contest.
Sammy just kind of points at himself like, wait, me?
You.
Me? Wait. Us? And like Prim's like looking at Sammy and then like pointing to both Sammy and herself.
Sammy kind of looks at Prim as well, just like, wait, what?
And he just nods. Yes, you. Come and try.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Prim just gives like a shrug, like, oh, okay, I guess we're doing this, and is walking right up to whatever this is.
I picture that like Sammy's like kind of slightly behind Prim and just kind of like peering around Prim a little bit, kind of just the shading is kind of turned. There's like a gray edge to it, and there's like little question marks starting to float above his head.
Aww.
As you approach this Frankenelli Ghiblian gives a good nod and gestures to the water in the shallow part of the fish tank in front of him. And looking down at it, you can see that a magical effect has been cast onto the water, and it's mirrored, so you can't actually see into the water. And he looks at you both and then says, "Here is how the contest works. You reach into the water, which I have obscured. Inside there are small nets, each containing a ball, and which ball relates to a prize for you and your love partner that you have. The better the prize, the smaller the net for you to grab. The greater your love, the closer your hand will move to the grand prize."
Question.
Answer.
What about more than one partners? Like Prim asked very seriously.
Oh God.
He just sort of nods. Yes. No, that's fine.
Prim immediately like gets like the little sparkles in her eyes, and she starts rubbing her paws together like, oh yes. She is ready. She is a puppy ready for game.
Sammy kind of looks at the Ghiblian man and is just like, "Do you need us to pay you gold for this?"
No. This is an act of charity.
Sammy is just squint.
I will admit, I'm surprised Prim and Sammy like haven't asked like, "Hey, do you think we're partners?" Or like, "We should have partners this year."
Do you think Prim has the brain cells to even consider that as a possibility that this guy might be thinking?
Listen, I know that of Prim. I'm surprised of Sammy.
Well, right now he's trying to figure out if this is a scam or not.
Either way, Prim has no shame and is going to try immediately. No hesitation.
Primrose, no.
Okay. Sammy, are you going to stick your hand in the water too?
First, he's gonna roll insight.
Okay, go for it.
Prim's not.
So
Okay, that was a 15. What does a 15 get Sammy?
Okay, looking at this guy, you can tell he's not intending on taking any money, and as far as you can tell, the prizes that are in this contest are genuine.
Okay, Sammy's gonna stick his hand in the water.
Fantastic. Can I get you both to roll a quick dex? Just straight dex.
Okay. Straight
Okay.
dex.
Would be a 2.
Plus 3. 21 for Prim! Oh, Sammy.
7 for Sammy.
That's fine. That is perfectly fine. Okay, so you both reach into the water, and it's a very comfortable temperature. So it's almost like a warm bath kind of thing, and it smells vaguely oceany. And you move your hands around a bit until you find a net with your fingers. Put your fingers through the loops in the net and pull it up. And the Ghiblian man behind the counter has a very visible ... because you both have your fingers curled around the same net with a bright pink ball in it.
Sammy just kind of blink, 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 blink.
And he's just sort of looking at going, that's not right. The net itself is about 1.5 inches long. So it's tiny, and you both have managed to grab onto an end of it. And he sort of taps his chin and is frowning, and then suddenly ducks down under the water, and you can't see him for a second before he pops back up. And his hair is apparently aquaphobic, as it is immediately dry. And he just sort of looks at you both and goes, I don't know how this happened. The net for the grand prize was so small. How did you both get it?
Toon logic, I guess. And like Prim just shrugs.
Franco walking away in the background.
God, she'll wonder what the chances of that are. It's not like you're fucking dating a luck warlock.
That's true. He sort of continues to frown and then looks at you both and goes, well, I am duty bound to give the person who pulls the net and that ball from the water a grand prize. So, and he reaches into his coat and pulls out an envelope and a wand. And you're both welcome to roll a quick perception if you like.
Oh boy, perception.
Is
20 minus 2.
15.
Okay.
1. Not a nat 1, but a 1.
I was so worried there for a second. But, okay. Okay, Prim, you hear nothing. But, Sammy, you hear a very quiet mutter in Ghiblian. Hopefully she won't be displeased about this. But he raises his wand and he taps it against the envelope. And suddenly he is holding 2 envelopes. And then he pauses and looks at you both and goes, congratulations. I will make arrangements for a few more people than we were expecting. How many love partners do you both have?
2.
2.
2 polycules of 3. That's a total of 6. No, that's doable. And he gives both of the envelopes another tap with his wand. And then he hands you each one.
Oh.
And as he does so, he
He's
says...
holding her new envelope very excitedly.
As he does, he says, please ensure you read all the details in the prize packet carefully and be at the Koichi docks in a punctual manner. I do hope you enjoy your prize. And then he pops back down under the water and you can hear some muffled talking, which you cannot make out.
Sammy just kind of blink, 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 and he looks down at the envelope because he wasn't expecting something like this. This usually doesn't happen to him.
Meanwhile, in the background, Prince kind of doing that curious dog thing where they lift up one ear and try to listen in to see if she can still hear whoever's hear him as he's talking in the water.
You got a dirty 1 on your last perception.
I know.
The answer is no.
Yeah. I'm still doing it for the gag.
Wonderful. So you now both have an envelope. Are you going to open it?
Yes. Sammy's immediately gonna open that because what the peck? What's the fine print on this?
Okay.
Oh gosh, yeah, fine print.
So inside these envelopes, there is a letter, and there is a lot of information on it. And I love you both, but neither of you really have the attention span to read it quite yet, because there are 3 very colourful tickets in there and a flyer which draw your attention first. And the flyer has a picture of a boat on it.
Boat.
And as you look closer, it is actually a flyer for the Golden Well, which is a very exclusive Ghiblian cruise ship. The kind of exclusive that you cannot buy tickets for. You have to be invited. And glancing over the contents of the letter with not very much attention to detail, you realize that you guys have just won an all expenses paid cruise. A day on the ship,
You have a
then
thing with cruises, Wiz.
then an overnight stay at the Cayo Hotel, and then the cruise ship back home the next day.
Oh my
Sammy's
gosh.
Staring.
Meanwhile, Prim
Staring.
is vibrating. Like, the more she's reading this, there's kind of like a propeller sound, and you can like see her tail going a mile a minute.
Prim casts levitate, just floats up.
Dogcopter.
Dogcopter, absolutely. Okay, well, and that's where our prologue ends. So, roll opening music, cut to main scene. How are you guys going to tell the others that you've just freaking straight up won a cruise?
Well, I know Primrose is immediately using her Zoink shoes and running all the way to where the door to the clubhouse is.
I've got a golden ticket.
Exactly.
And everyone else, how do you react to Prim and Sammy bursting in, going, "I won a fucking cruise"?
Yeah, Prim literally kicks open the door and holds up the tickets high in the air, like, "Look what I got!"
Hey, Lewis.
Hurting
Hey,
himself.
Lewis, can we say, like, Tobias and Mersel were, like, kind of, like, Tobias and Mersel were kind of, like, cuddling together, like cuddling together in a pillow fort, and when, like, Prim
Yeah,
did
like
that,
the
like,
useless
it just
boyfriends
fell
they
over.
are.
Boys, holy peck!
Exactly.
Just-
Tobias is very
what,
excited.
Remy?
I want to say that. Because vacation and also on a boat in the middle of the sea, he loves that.
You guys, please imagine the impound missile of Prim slamming into the both of you in the pill pit.
Tobias gets 5 damage.
What? Wait, hold on. So, what did you win?
We got a cruise! I went to the grocery store today, and there was like a thing out in the front, and I got a prize, and look at these! And like Prim is like shoving like all the tickets and stuff in Mercel's face, just very excited.
And Mercel's, like, looking at the ticket, like, and Mercel's like, what are the odds of that?
Don't fucking worry about
Mercel's
it.
suspiciously squinting. What
I
are
have
the odds
something
of
to
that?
ask of Sammy, actually.
Uh-huh.
Is Sammy going to try to find Gil first or Chifley first?
Well, the thing is, what he's going to be doing is, while he's walking to Chifley's apartment, he is kind of like he's kind of like got his like phone. Actually, I'm going to roll hammer space first to see if he can actually pull out said phone.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he pulled out the phone and he's dialed Gil's number as he's walking to Chifley's apartment to tell both of them.
Yes. Good.
Chifley, roll perception.
Okie oh dear. What's his perception? Okay.
Is that 4 for stealth?
No, the 4 was for pulling the phone out of his pocket. Because you can't roll stealth for the phone, because the phone is very loud. Chifley, you hear a ringing sound from somewhere? You can't quite place where it is in the apartment. It seems to be coming from everywhere and nowhere. You're very confused.
He is very confused, but you know what? He's gotten his own phone recently, and his first response is not, oh no, there's someone with a phone ringing in my apartment. It's, is that mine? And so he's going to roll his hammer's base, that was a 2, and pull out his phone, and he has a sky blue Nokia-style flip phone, and he just opens it.
Oh my gosh.
Nope, it's not mine. And then just sort of...
The sound suddenly cuts off.
Sounds like a fucking creepypasta.
Hey, Sammy, what is it?
So I'm heading over to Chifley's, and so I may have just somehow won an all-expense getaway cruise to Ghibli. Are you okay coming with?
Yeah, just come on over to Chifley's.
There's audible squinting from over the phone.
So like, are you already there? Why are you there?
Well, what are you planning?
Well, apparently nothing, because we're talking about this cruise, aren't we? Don't mind me suddenly slipping into an Irish accent. I don't know why.
Meanwhile, Chifley is still sort of just like looking behind the couch. She's like, where is that mumbling coming from?
Like, I feel like Sammy's just kind of like hissing like into the phone, like as he's walking up the steps to Chifley's apartment, like, Gil, I swear if you're doing something crazy, I am going to shake you.
Just come into the apartment, come on.
Gil, what were you planning before it called? And then I feel like that's when he like puts his key into the lock and opens Chifley's apartment.
Oh boy. Chifley has not seemed to do fine, Gil, yet. He's just still looking around going, huh? Doing the head scratch, looking around, huh? And then sort of blinks and looks over at the door. Oh, Sammy. Hello.
Hi, Chif. Sammy's gonna pull out from his hammer space the tickets and like, so I guess you just won a getaway to Ghibli for a little bit.
There's a blink, blink. What?
There's a squeak in the kitchen, and then a thud as Gil pops out of one of the cabinets.
Oh no.
Just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna roll. It's Chifley a whiz save. Oh, no.
Chifley dies.
Okay, that's a 13. I think he sort of does the jump, but then squint. When did you get here? Chifley just sort of
really matter now, does it?
he just sort of pinches the bridge of his nose and just shakes his head. It's like, hello, Gil.
Hello.
Sammy, what did you win?
A cruise, apparently. A vacation to Ghibli. And you guys can roll insight if you want.
Oh yeah, we're definitely doing that.
Yep, I love rolling insight because I have -2.
Wow, that's not Chif's best.
Ah,
effort.
yes, 11 -2. 5.
Gil, you kind of get that Sammy is stunned for some reason. You're not quite sure why, but yeah, you kind of just figure it's, oh, vacation. Wow, okay. Chifley, you get the fact that, like, Sammy's stunned to be even setting foot in Ghibli.
Chifley's just gonna close the distance between him and Sammy and gently put a hand on his arm. You wanted to go back to Ghibli?
Yeah, just I wasn't expecting it like this. He just kind of is gonna pull out the pamphlet for the other two to peruse and just.
Chifley's gonna
Gil?
You
go
go
ahead.
You go first. You go first.
Gil's just gonna put the receiver back into his hammer space, hang up the phone, and just kind of skip over and kind of just look at the brochure. Can I roll history to see if he's heard of this?
Sure. Go for it.
Ugh. Oh, yes. My rolls have been lovely today. 12.
12. I mean, it's not great, but like you've heard of Koichi. Koichi is a town in Ghibli, slightly north of Chihiro. And unlike Chihiro, which is a big bustling merchant port town, Koichi is more known for its beaches. And while you haven't heard of this cruise ship before, if it's as exclusive as it says on the pamphlet, it's probably because you've never been invited on board.
Oh, yeah.
Wow! You just went there, huh?
Oh god, there's gonna be so many rich people. Oh no.
Oh, good golly!
Oh no!
I think this is a wonderful opportunity.
I don't.
Hey, Wiz, can Mersel roll history?
Absolutely so. And because you're Ghibli and I was going to say, you can have advantage because you're from Ghibli. You don't need it. You don't need it.
Let's see if you get to nat 20.
Please.
Okay, yeah. Roll it again just in case.
Fine.
Do it for the crit.
Oh,
Come on, crit!
that's the opposite of what we were hoping for, but that's okay. We're going with the 24. You've heard of Koichi, you know about the beaches, and you have heard of the Golden Well, and you've never been on board it, but it is a big deal. Like, you are pretty sure that your father might have been on this ship before.
Oh, he makes a face. Mersel makes a face, and he's just, well, this is a very high-end cruise. Like, this is a really fancy kind of cruise. Like, he's kind of snapping his fingers, trying to figure out an equivalent. It's the nobles.
Oh.
Oh.
And Paul's looking at the pamphlet and looking at his partner, and then you kind of see him like make a decision, and it's just, you know what? Let's go on this cruise. Let's have fun. Let's infiltrate this boat full of rich people.
Walk in like you own the place. All right, cool. So the letter that was included with the pamphlet and the tickets in both envelopes has a whole bunch of instructions on where to go and how to get there and what time you need to be at the boat. And that says noon. And you guys are all in Toontown in Gisnet, which is in the west part of Ankwell. Koichi is in Ghibli, which is on the east side of Ankwell. Fortunately, in your little information packet, there is an address which says it's got directions to a teleportation circle station. So So you can actually take a teleportation circle directly from Toontown to Koichi.
Ooh, I haven't taken a teleportation circle since I was very, very small. This is going to be exciting.
Hey, Prim and Toby, want to roll insight real quick?
I do.
Okay.
Inside real quick.
I'm going to roll insight real quick. Oh, wait. I got the 12, Toby got the 11.
Yeah, as
that
you guys
doesn't
are
sound
reading along, you notice again Sel's face like kind of crunches up when he reads teleportation circle, and you remember the number of times you've heard Mersel complain about the fucking second star.
Fine, don't worry about
Yeah, he's just okay, you guys will keep hold of me when we're using this, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Do not doubt it for a second. Like, Prim's just, like, patting Marcel's back. And I have to say, this whole time, she's just been very, very excited. Like,
Aww.
as they've been, like, reading this. Because, like, fun fact about Prim, she has never been outside of Giznet before.
Ooh.
Every shows.
Oh, well, that doesn't count. Like, I meant otherwise Inkwell.
Oh boy. Okay, cool. So you've got
Like, anywhere else in Inkwell, she hasn't been.
Well, we should probably pack them for me, Toby.
so you've got
Oh.
you've got some time to pack because it's over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to do a little time skip to get there, but you have a decision to make because you've got two options really. You can go through the teleportation circle to get there on time to get onto the boat, or you can go early. And the reason why I say this is because Koichi is known for stunning beaches. So if you wanted to go and visit the beach, going early might be a good idea. But that's up to you.
Yeah, Sel's just like, can we just go early instead?
Yes, we can.
Prim is already getting up to start packing.
This one knows Tobias is excited
Abby.
because bitches are good.
Bitches are very good.
Abby, Lewis, I'm holding you both, and I'm asking you very seriously. Are Prim and Toby gonna bully Sal into packing stuff other than sweaters and coats?
Yes.
You're going to the beach, Mersel!
You are going on a vacation with Primrose Poodle, one of the most fashionable tunes in Dodo Studios.
Listen,
You are going to wear things other than your pecking turtleneck and coat.
Listen, I'm just imagining there's the gag where Sal's packing, and he's just like, alright, I finished packing. Primrose looks over, and it's just like all his like regular outfits, and just like picks up the suitcase and appends it.
Dumps all of it on the floor.
Oh dear, oh dear. What about the Kokims? What are they up to?
Hold on a sec.
Sammy is going to put forth the vote that they go early.
No, there's not going to be any complaints from Chifley at all. I mean, he's told Sammy and Gille this before, but Chifley has never seen the ocean, so he's actually quite excited. And you can tell he's excited because you can hear his violin soundtrack playing, and it's kind of bouncy. Like, you've heard it be a little bit enthusiastic before, but this is excited and bouncy.
Oh, that's adorable.
Oh, Sammy's
Sorry
Oh,
about
that's
that.
so cute.
pink.
Gil is just rubbing his hands together and says, alright, we need to pack our fancy outfits. Let's see, Koichi has a beach, so we need summer clothing. Do you two have summer clothing?
I've got he starts stuttering.
Aww.
Chifley just sort of rubs the back of his head and looks away.
Well, I see that we'll have to, let's see, perhaps steal some things.
No, Gil, no, we don't need to steal. I had a case. I can pay for. We can buy just some clothes. It's fine.
I have
Perfect! Let's go shopping!
Okay.
Right now.
Okay, cool. So you guys are going to take Chifley shopping for some summer attire. I love it.
Yes. And it's gotta look fancy, but not cost fancy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, like Sammy does have a what's the word? A summer dress kind of outfit that he's planning to wear to the beach.
No, that's fair.
Yes.
Okay, so both parties have decided to go to Koichi a little bit early to take advantage of the beach. And so it's the day of your vacation starting, and you head to the teleportation circle station, and it's kind of like a train station or a bus station, and you've got a little ticket for the thing that you give to the person from your envelope, and you just get let into this big room, and it's got a teleportation circle on the ground. Easy peasy.
I do want to say that Gil Treble does go in disguise.
Of course.
And the disguise he's wearing is the Lady Dread disguise, except minus the paint.
We're dating a raccoon now.
Mm-hmm. Yep, a raccoon with bright red hair and purple skin and a black mask.
Fantastic.
It takes one look at the
In a
disguise.
pinstripe dress and heels.
It takes one look at the disguise and just kind of rubs at his face for a moment, just because, like, okay, we're doing this, okay.
If I went there as myself, they might turn me into the authorities. There have been... I must admit, there was one time I tried to do something to one of the teleportation circles, and they were not happy with me.
Oh no.
That sounds like a story for another day.
Hey, Albie, hey, Lewis, my beloveds, I have a question.
Fear?
What would Prim and Tobias bully Mersel into wearing?
I don't know. Something is comfortable in.
Yeah, something he's comfortable with, but also something that would, not kill him from heat stroke on a beach.
Oh,
I genuinely don't know what he could wear.
What he could wear is there are some types of shirts that are like long sleeve, kind of like wetsuits that are designed to be UV resistant. My mom has to wear some.
Oh, yeah, no. I call that a rash vest. And Mersel, you have one of those. You bought one in Chihiro.
Right, and he brings it out, and it's just like, oh, I thought I would never have to see you again.
Oh dear.
Well, you
Pulls it out of the hammer space, and it's all wrinkled and sad because it was shoved in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
I feel like he shows up wearing one of these.
Yeah.
That works. That works.
Good.
Alrighty. Can I get a... what will we make it? How about I get a... straight intelligence from everybody.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
You are assuming that our characters are smart.
Hey! Gil is smart, okay? He's just not quiet.
Oh, that's a nat one!
Oh, Sammy. Let's see.
Okay, Tobias is bright sounds.
Unfortunately, I rolled a 3.
Okay.
What were you
I
saying
swear,
about
Primrose is the only one who rolls, like, high.
13 for Prim.
Okay.
That's not...
That's a total
Oh, oh, wait, never mind.
my
I was,
fucking
like...
God.
It's a
What?
total of 28 for the star
I
trio.
fear.
And then...
Ooh.
And then what did I get?
For a second there, I was like, holy shit.
Okay. Alright, cool.
Rolled a-
So, so you're all packed and you get to the station and you go through the teleportation circle, and the star trio, you guys end up there first. And
Yes.
You step out, and it's very much a Ghiblian town, but it is nothing like the scale of Chihiro. It's a lot more quaint. Like, it's still big, but it doesn't have the big buildings, and it's not built up the same way. And the teleportation circle station is up on a hill, and you can see the beach from the door. And it is a stunning beach. The water is blue, the sand is white. It is gorgeous. And the sun is shining, and there's a few little puffy clouds. It is a very picturesque day.
Oh, that is gorgeous. Oh, no. I think Prim just, like, stops and stares for a bit. Because, that is pretty. Oh, that's so pretty.
Tobias
so
is just
pretty.
turning gold. He's very excited for all of that.
Good.
And then can I get a perception from Gil and Sammy, please? And I'll do one for
Oh
Chip.
boy.
Unfortunately, Gil right now is not wearing his glasses, so that's a -2.
Oh boy.
No!
What's
Oh,
Chip's
that's a 10.
perception?
Gil, handshake, Prim, garbage perception.
But that's not a bad roll. That's a 17 for me.
Oh, that's a wonderful roll.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, so it's a 17 for Gil, and a 16 for Chifley, and a 10 from Sammy. And that actually works out fine, because you guys step out after the other three do. And Sammy, your eyes go straight to the beach. And you just sort of... The blinkers are on. All you can see is this gorgeous beach. Chifley and Gil, in particular, you're looking around, taking stock of the location, as you do. And there is some very familiar people who have just stepped out of the station ahead of you.
Uh-oh.
Chifley recognizes two of these people.
Squint.
Hello?
And Chifley's just going to give Gil a little pat on the arm.
Oh dear, this is perfect. Come on, guys. Come on. And Gil, still in a pinstripe dress, grabs both Sammy and Chifley's hands and starts dragging them over to his adoptive brother and his partners.
Probably like holding, one of those like umbrellas, like one of those umbrellas that people sometimes carry to them to the beach when the sun's really, really hot.
Oh, you've got a fancy parasol.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Good.
Delightful.
Good.
He's just standing there with a fancy parasol, like looking a bit out of place. Like even though he was put in like the long sleeve beach shirt and everything, he's still wearing the warlock hat. And he's still, he still looks a bit out of place.
Delightful.
You're so my beloved.
Chifley recognizes two out of the three of the Star Trio because he's met Mersel and Tobias is his landlord, so and
then meanwhile there's Prim. Just puppy.
yeah, no, they haven't met yet.
Oh.
Well. Fancy seeing you here, brother.
Gil, what are you doing?
Mersel, you might want to roll something.
That's a 14. That's a 14 inside.
So, I should probably roll deception. Yes.
You gremlin, I love it.
It's okay. I rolled a 6. It's okay. So,
You know what?
you take one look at this Tanuki, And you recognize the hair and the purple skin. This is Gille in disguise.
Oh my god.
Just for giggles. Just for giggles. 8 from the puppy.
She has no fucking idea who this is.
The Prim and Tobias just look at Mersel like, do you have another sibling?
Tobias wouldn't be surprised.
Boy.
Mersel just kind of like, you know what? I'm gonna roll something. Yeah, but Mersel's just like, I have never seen you before in my life.
Oh, don't be like that.
Meanwhile, Primrose is just like kind of like grinning and holding out a paw to Gille, like, oh hi, I'm Primrose. What's your name?
So Gille releases Sammy's hand and reaches forward with one black glove and grasps Prim's hand and goes, "Hi, I'm Lady Delilah Rosita Emily Alexis Demon. How are you?"
I'm just
doing
like
good.
smiling and like rubbing at his face.
Primrose is oblivious, as always.
Oh
My stars.
dear.
And like, Mersel's just grabbing hold of Tobias's hat, and it's just like,
No, Tobias still doesn't realize.
Mersel's just like grabbing both Prim and Tobias, and it's like, I have never seen you before in my life. Goodbye.
So,
Oh wait, where are we going? What?
I just rolled a deception from Chifley. He is not doing a very good job of hiding how he's just standing there chuckling.
What's the act? Your brother's gonna leave you in the dust.
Oh no, he's doing this on purpose. Really, Mersel, this isn't any fun if you don't play along.
Hello, Mersel.
I'm
Hello, Tobias. How are you
Fine.
both?
Toby and Prim. This is my sister.
You have a sister? I thought you only had Sandy.
And he like side-eyes Gille. Well, the last time I saw her, she was a brother.
Oh, that's valid.
Oh,
I like to
congratulations!
remind people that Tobias is trans.
And we'll scan this trans color icon.
Stan!
And so says, "So, Dahlia, what brings you to Kochi?"
Well, funny you might ask. Sammy?
Sammy's just kind of looking up, like at the sky, like just kind of praying at this point.
Oh my god.
And he just kind of sighs and goes, "Yes, dear."
What are we doing here?
Sammy's just kind of sighs because he's just like, why am I getting dragged into this? He wants to go to the beach.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Meanwhile, in the background, Primrose has like walked right up to Chifley and like is doing a very enthusiastic "Hello, I'm Primrose" and holding out her hand.
Chifley is not doing a very good job at hiding his laughter at this point, but he does manage to put a hand in Primrose's paw, and he's just like, "It's nice to meet you. My name is Chifley."
Nice to meet you. Are you Sammy's? And like Primrose is like pointing very excitedly because like she knows why Sammy's here, and she figures that these +2s are Sammy's +2s for the
Yep. Sammy kind of
Whole thing.
looks at Prim and just kind of nods. And he just kind of is like, same as you two? All three of you, I guess? I won tickets with Prim.
Yeah, it was. It was really weird. Not gonna lie, because like there was like the guy at the front of the store, and then we won the prize at the same time. We grabbed the same thing that got us the same grand prize thing.
Sammy nods.
Oh, lucky.
And normally I'd say the odds are very small, but I've been with Mersel long enough.
Sammy just kind
Bias
of tilts his head and like
strangely.
there's Sammy tilts his head and there's like gray. There are question marks above his head.
Gil just looks over at Mersel and grins.
Mersel just sighs and like he pulls out like he's wearing his sigil around his neck this time because he can't pin it around his coat, and like he just pulls it out and she's just like wishing star. Anyway, Lady Delia, congratulations on winning the cruise. I'm surprised to see you here. This is a very fancy event.
Well, you see, I just thought that I couldn't miss it for the world.
And I'm sure it has nothing to do with spite.
Oh, why would it ever have anything to do with spite?
She's
Sammy's
just a,
looking between the two of them, and his shading has gotten more gray. There are more question marks floating above his head.
Chifley just sort of gives it a little bit of a shrug and then just says, she's just a bit of a troublemaker.
Yes, yes, it is.
Come on, let's go
Tobias
to
is math
the
equations,
changing
trying to
room.
figure out-
What's Tobias trying to figure out?
He's trying to figure out who the fuck this Tanuki is. All this time he has been
You
trying
know
to.
what?
He has math equations all around his face.
You know what? Shell takes pity and like puts one hand on Kill's shoulder, and it's just like, Lady Dahlia, Gille travel.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Wait,
Oh, I hope that day when we all turned into children, you weren't feeling too terribly ill afterwards.
Chifley now looks confused. Chifley hasn't heard that story.
Don't worry about it.
what? What?
Come on, let's go to the beach. It's time to get out of these clothes. It's kind of hot here, isn't it?
Oh,
Gille, I swear to the star, if you're going to wear that bikini,
Maybe I'll decide on the way. I still have it, somewhere in my hammer space.
Sel's just grabbing like her man's bias and trying to drag him away from his little brother.
Sammy's entirely pink at this point because of what?
Primrose is just so confused.
Okay. Come on, didn't you say you wanted to go to the beach?
Oh yeah! Yeah, beach! Beach!
Beach. Beach. Okay. So you guys make your way as a group down to the beach, and it is a stunning beach. And the sand is not too hot because it's not the height of summer. It's still relatively early spring. But the sand is warm because it's been in the sun, and the waves are just doing the nice little calm. It's not surfing level swell. It's more swimming level swell. And there's not that many people on the beach at this point, but it's just gorgeous from where you're standing, and you can actually see your ship from here. And there is a reason why it is called the Golden Well. It may as well be gold-plated.
Oh gosh.
God.
Oh boy.
Tobias is
Oh
sweating.
gosh.
All does this
Of
thing stays
course.
afloat.
Ugh.
Rich people.
Yeah. You said it, Mersel.
Sammy's just staring and going, we're going on that. We're going on that.
Apparently.
Yeah, and I bet the people on the boat are like, those kind of people who wouldn't even know what a banana costs. Put them in a supermarket. See
Oh,
how
but
they-
it cost $100.
No, Gil, what are you talking about? It's 200 gold pieces.
No, of course I know what a banana costs. It's definitely 300.
No,
There's
and it's
you and me.
400 gold pieces.
Oh,
Sammy's just
no,
looking
they're
between the
going
both
there.
of you, going, "What the heck are you two on?"
Come on, let's get changed. I seriously have to get out of this.
It's your fault for wearing a dress like that on the beach.
Yeah, well, I had to get past the security into the transportation circle somehow.
That's true. And he kind of like flicks like Gil's nose, like, go off then, you little crime. And then gremlin.
Oh,
Wonderful. All right, I'm going to time skip us to us all being in beach attire.
Yes.
Good. Yes.
Please.
We are now all in very comfortable beach attire. What are you going to do now that you're on the beach?
Run.
Oh.
I mean,
Tobias
valid.
is yearning for the ocean. Unfortunately, he has a binder, and being wet, having a binder, it's hard.
That's
Yeah.
Mhm.
Chifley's not going anywhere near the water. Chifley is he's found a nice spot on the sand to sit, and he's just sitting there, and he's just staring at it.
Right.
Oh.
So for everyone's notice, Gil is wearing his boxer swim shorts. So his scar is on full display.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Mersel has like planted like his parasol into the sand and is reading under it.
Oh my god.
There is a of sand and then a splashing sound because Prim has just dove into the ocean.
Oh yeah.
I would expect nothing less.
No.
Gil is going
Hesitation
to
to dip his toes into the water.
Gil is going to join Prim in the ocean.
Ocean!
Ocean!
Oh, boy, that's delightful. Okay, so we've got Mersel and Chifley doing a sit. We've got Tobias doing a sit too. Is what I gathered from that.
Tobias is vibing.
Vibing.
He's probably trying to find something to do.
I mean, he could build a sandcastle.
Oh my god.
Sand castle.
I don't know, he's figuring it out right now.
Oh dear, oh dear. Sammy, are you going swimming or are you
He
vibing with the
kinda-
others?
He kind of like, you know how like you kind of like get your feet like to where like the water will like rush up to
Yeah.
you and then like pull back. He's kind of doing that and just letting his feet get buried in the sand
Mhm.
by the pull of the waves.
Nice.
Good.
Very nice. So it's the perfect weather for going to the beach. It's not stinking hot. It's not too cold. The water is a really lovely temperature and it's clear and blue. And you have a good hour and a half just playing in the water, playing in the sand if you want.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
I think Gil's going to take up trying to A, splash Sammy,
Oh no.
and B, dunk Primrose.
Oh, God.
okay, well, in that case, I think we need a dex save from Sammy and a strength save from Prim.
Okay. Dex
I'll
save.
roll strength
17.
myself. Yeah, okay, Gil. 10.
Okay. Here is. Oh, hold on. Where did that come from? No. Ah. All right. Give me a second. Prim strength save.
I feel like, okay, with Prim, I feel like what happens is Gil tries to by, like, jumping on top of Prim, but Prim just kind of, whoop, and Gil goes into the water.
Yeah. Like you jump on Prim's back and like Prim like looks back at you and gets like a big grin and just flops down on her back in the water.
You guys hear Mersel absolutely like cackling on the beach.
Oh,
Good.
Oh, you got dunked.
Finally,
and then with
the grandma got
Sammy,
what it deserved.
Sammy just kind of dances out of the way and goes like, "Oh, come on, Sammy! You gotta at least get most of yourself wet. We're at the beach. Come on!"
Sammy's gonna try and kick some water back at Gil.
Next.
oh boy, oh boy.
Dex.
Dicks.
6. I rolled a 3.
Oh my god.
That ain't great. That ain't great.
It's a 9.
I feel like what happens is just like Sammy kind of honestly like he doesn't just kick, he just kind of like jumps and like this comically large tidal wave of water just splooshes over Gil.
Oh boy.
And now Prim's losing it in the water. Laughing real hard.
Oh,
That
dear.
moment where like it pauses and there's the "we'll be right back."
absolutely.
So I mean, Gil can try and dunk Sammy into the water.
You know what? Let's try that. He's gonna go like, you know what? Come here, you.
Like I feel like Sammy kind of like instigated it by going. "Bleh."
He got 17.
Hot damn.
Break the dunk, Sammy.
Drink save. Oh, that he's in the water.
Oh no! I kind of picture it as Gil just sort of wraps his arms around Sammy and then just sort of goes, and just they both just sort of pitch sideways, splash straight into the water.
Sammy is now his rainbow hair is plastered to his skull, and he just kind of spits out some of the water, like.
Gil is just kind of parting his hair because it's hanging straight down around him. It's all wet.
Oh boy.
Good. Good.
So you've had a good hour and a half playing on the beach, and then there's what sounds like a ship's bell that kind of rings over the town, and Chifley kind of looks up and he reaches into the pocket of his shorts, because he's wearing shorts because they made him wear shorts, and pulls out a pocket watch and has a look at it, and then puts it back, and he stands up and brushes the sand off and goes, "We have to be at the boat in 20 minutes.
Holy shit!
Oh,
Let's
God.
go!
Hold on. I want to say at some point, Prim absolutely would have taken Tobias to look for seashells, and like Tobias and Mersel to like look for seashells along the beach, because that is good.
I like that.
I will say an hour and a half, like, ordinarily that's not long enough to do a proper beach barbecue, but you know what? He's a toon. So like somehow in the paper, and so is somehow grilled up like sausages and is eating a hot dog.
Good.
The barbecue comes out of the
Yes.
hat lit and already with the meat on it. You just sort of have to take it off. That's
Yes.
Also, like during that hour and a half, Sammy does sit by Chifley for a bit, probably to dry off.
Yeah.
oh dear. Okay.
And then when they eventually leave, Primrose takes the time to pause, go down on all fours, and shake off all the water.
Oh, I love it.
You do this.
Then she stands back up, and there's a poof, and her fur goes poof.
Oh boy.
God.
Actually, to dry off, Gil actually just stands on the beach, and then suddenly his hair floof into fire.
Oh my. That's wonderful. I love this.
Amazing.
Good.
Amazing.
Not a brain cell between all of them. Chifley and like Pearl are holding the brain cells.
Hey!
Sammy took the long way to dry off, excuse you.
Well, because nobody thought to bring any towels, so. But anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. Okay, so after getting.
Wait, Poppy, does Prim do the dog shake?
Yes, she did.
Yes, that's what she did. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, so after de-beaching slightly, you make your way over to where the Golden Well has been anchored, and there's a gangplank, and there is a number of people milling around, getting themselves onto the boat, and the assessment of both Gille and Mersel was pretty correct. These all looked like fairly hoity-toity types.
Oh no.
There is a small podium at the bottom of the gangplank, and there is an attendant standing there who has red hair that's been cropped short and a very official-looking red-pink dress. Like, she could look like an air hostess kind of thing on an airplane. And she is checking people's tickets and giving the good greeting and gesturing for people to get up on the gangplank.
Gil is actually now wearing his kimono and a fox mask.
Nice.
I feel like
So it's a dark orange kimono.
Sal, I am so sorry for the bias, but Sal took you guys' distraction, like drying off. The next time you look over at him, he is back in his normal outfit. although he did roll up the sleeves of his turtleneck and wrap his coat around his waist.
You definitely get a pout from Prim.
I feel like Sammy has changed back into his normal robes and stuff, and he's just kind of very his shading is slightly purple, like it's a very, very like lilac. Because rich people.
Ooh.
What about Toby?
Oh, boy. So you approach the bottom of the gangplank.
Lewis?
Oh.
Lewis is muted?
Please?
Lewis?
I forgot to unmute. Don't worry about it.
I was like, Toby, hey Lewis, how is Toby feeling? And then there was dead silence from your mic.
I am so sorry. I was dead. I forgot to unmute.
Oh, boy.
Gosh. How is Toby feeling?
Well, is in his fancy clothes because rich people, and he doesn't wanna sweat because he thinks like he doesn't he doesn't look good enough to be on this boat.
Oh,
Toby.
Bean.
I mean, Chifley is probably the least dressed up at the moment because he was made to wear beach clothes and hasn't, done the instant change back like Mersel did.
Primrose is wearing like a one-piece swimsuit, but over it she has like this very pretty sundress.
Nice.
It's like
That's
a lot
cute.
of oranges and pinks.
I can picture that very clearly. Oh.
And no shoes. No terrible feet prisons.
Fair enough.
None.
Gil's insight on everyone except for Mersel is 1. It's a natural 1.
Oh.
Wait, how much can you roll for Mersel?
I can roll for Mersel.
Yeah, because you've got the Crimson Band, so you've got a
Great 5.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah. Gil notices nothing. And honestly, Cel's like, fine. I rolled that wisdom save because I wanted to see if Cel would just immediately go over Toby and Prim. And unfortunately, he doesn't. Although, there are, hearts all around.
Aw.
Oh my God.
So you approach the bottom of the gangplank, and the attendant smiles at you all very brightly, and she says, "Oh, hello! You must be our big contest winners."
And Prim nods very seriously, and she starts going through her hammer space for the tickets that she put in there. It's an 8. She does pull them out very proudly.
Go for his. Oh, he also got an 8.
Cool.
Yay, same roll!
Well,
Fantastic. So she holds a hand out to accept your tickets, and she looks them over very closely and then puts them down on the podium in front of her. "Thank you very much. Welcome aboard the Golden Well. There's someone just inside who can show you around, and we'll be departing shortly."
Thank you.
Thank you. And Prim immediately takes Tobias and Mercel's hands and are going up the boat. No hesitation.
Oh lord, she's going.
She going.
Fantastic.
After you, Gil says as he gestures to Sammy and Chifley.
Okay, if you're going to insist.
And
And
he's gonna reach out and grab both Chifley and Gil's hands.
Chifley is going to be making his way up the gangplank, holding very tightly onto the handrail as he does so. Okay, you all get up to up onto the ship, and there is another attendant standing at the top who's also doing the very Ghiblian bow, greeting, talking to each of the people. Who would like to roll me a perception?
I would.
Roll.
Every single one of us.
I will. Surprisingly, like Gil did put his glasses back on. Now he's wearing a mask over his glasses. Oh, hey.
Oh, Sammy got a nat 20.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Prim got a 15.
Oh,
Mercel.
Cell.
He's too distracted by Toby and Prim, okay? Like, they look over and he's just
fucking
staring at them
goodness.
with little hearts in his eyes.
That's
Aw.
fair. So, Mersel is on the verge of Twitter paydater over here, but everybody else. So everyone else, you notice immediately that the attendant standing at the top of the gangplank is identical to the one at the bottom.
Okay.
Oh, Prim doesn't like that.
I have a question. Do they look like they're from Jotos, or is this just a different situation?
No, this is completely. They are Frankenali Ghiblian looking.
Do they have different clothes at least?
Do they have different what? Sorry.
Clothes.
Nope, they are still wearing. They're both wearing that same very air hostess kind of official looking dress.
As soon as Prim notices this, she will be casting Detect Magic.
Okay.
Yeah, the last time
She can do that.
Nope, that's
Yeah.
completely fine. And okay, when you cast Detect Magic and you look at this person, you get a read of something, but it's not. It's the same as if you had cast Detect Magic on, say, Mersel. They are a magic user, but they are not like you. It's nothing like some of the other things you've encountered with identical people. They are not.
Yeah,
they're not a
okay.
construct.
Right.
They're not anything like that. They are a magic user, and they are exactly identical to the person at the bottom of the gangplank, but they're legit. They are an actual person.
Okay. Like, Prim, does this, and, you can see her tense for a moment, then she casts a spell, and then she relaxes and just, gives, Mersel, a comforting, okay, yeah, we're good. This isn't like that.
It's not like that. And so just sighs and says like, "Oh, hi. Are you twins?"
The attendant sort of looks over at you, and then she sort of has that little light bulb moment. So, oh yes, my sisters and I are all identical.
Oh,
Oh
all
my
right.
gosh.
Sisters, excuse my pardon, but what's your name?
My name is Aurora.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice to meet you,
That's such a
Aurora.
pretty name.
And she takes a second to sort of recover from that line of questioning, and then sort of gives her head a little bit of a shake, and then says, "Welcome aboard the Golden Well. I hope you enjoy your stay with us. Would you like me to show you around, or would you rather explore?"
Primrose is vibrating, and she's looking to the others because I know she wants to explore, but
Yes, I would like to explore as well.
Yeah, same for Tobias.
Honestly, I would like to explore. How about you?
Sammy's just gonna kind of blink, and then kind of just shrug.
Chifley is sort of, he just gives a nod, and the attendant Aurora, she nods. So, of course. And she pulls out of the pocket of her dress and hands you a map. And it's got a whole bunch of activities listed on it. And she says, these are all of the activities that we have in the various parts of the ship that you are welcome to find. You probably won't be able to get to all of them before dinner. Some of them do book out quite quickly, but there will be a bell that rings through the ship when dinner is served, and that is going to be served here. And she points out the dining room on the map.
Mm-hmm.
But all of these attractions are available to you free of charge, so I hope you will find something to your liking.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And then Primrose is immediately looking at the map and just like all eyes, like trying to figure out all the things that they can do.
The activities of note listed on this map. There is a library, a pool, an observatory,
Oh, no. Why did you say library?
a spa, and an arcade.
Oh.
What? What was the second to
Oh,
last one?
what?
A spa was the second to last
Like
one.
sparring grounds?
Hmm?
Sparring grounds?
No. A spa, like massage
Oh.
and facials and that sort of
Oh,
stuff.
okay. I heard spar and I was so confused.
They have a fighting ring on this boat?
They have do they have dueling grounds on this boat?
No, not on this one. So a library, a pool, an observatory, a spa, and an arcade.
Gil's going to lean in and point at the arcade and look up imperceptibly at the attendant because he's still wearing his fox mask and say, "Excuse me, what's an arcade?"
Oh, it is a area with a whole bunch of different games. Our most popular ones are mini golf. We have a claw machine for prizes. There's one where you have to throw a ball through a hoop, and there's a dancing game as well.
God, there's a fucking mini golf.
Mini golf.
Sammy's like eyeing the arcade and starting to vibrate.
Oh.
All right, thank you.
Primrose is just, she has like the stars in her eyes and like she's like holding it up to Mersel and Tobias like, okay, what do we want to do first? Cause the spa sounds good, but also the arcade and then the pool and then she's just, oh, there's so many cool things.
Abby, I will die for Primrose, I opinion.
Mood.
Sal's just like looking at the list, and not gonna lie, his eyes are immediately drawn to, guess what? The library and the
I
observatory.
can't fucking believe this. No, you're not going to the library. I beg of you.
We'll never see him
Right?
again.
Say that,
Mersel
the
walks in
Soviet-
that library. If Mersel walks in that library, he won't leave for the rest of the trip.
Does Toby and Primrose just see Mersel like look at the library like part of the pamphlet and just equally go later, not now? No.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
They will go to the library, and they will go to the observatory, but other things first.
Oh, ugh, okay, fine. What about the arcade then? It's games?
Apparently, that's what they said.
I've never heard of
between the two
arcade
of them.
before.
Sammy's
Yeah,
like looking between Gille and Chifley and like making puppy dog eyes. That's where he wants to go first.
Oh, why don't we all go to the arcade first?
I mean, we-
Is this some kind of? Is this your way of trying to see who wins more games?
I mean, if you want, Mersel.
I will win the most games, Primrose declares. Very excitedly. You have activated the competitive pupper. Oh no.
Oh, we have
Oh
a
my
three-way competition then.
How about
To make
four-way
this
then?
interesting, to make this interesting, and Sal's like kind of like bending over to kill now to meet his eyes and grinning. Let's say we do 3v3. Whoever wins more games wins.
Ooh, that does sound interesting. What say you, Chifley and Sammy?
Sammy's already excitedly clapping his hands. This sounds
It
fun.
sounds like what It sounds like we're being dragged into this.
Wait, what did you say, Lewis?
It sounds like we're being dragged into this, and I think he says this to Chifley.
Chifley just sort of chuckles at that. Yes, but there are worse things to be dragged into. It actually sounds like fun.
Yeah.
So long as the winning team gets glory and nothing else, I've got nothing to trade.
I mean, winning's the best part.
We get bragging rights, and Marcel's like, look at Gille.
No.
No.
How about if we win, you buy us ice cream or make us ice cream, Mersel? What do you
And
want
if I-
to win? What do you want?
He taps his chin, and he wonders. Finally snaps his fingers and goes, you have to learn another recipe from me.
On the boat? I don't want to. I don't know. Smoke
Oh
everywhere.
no! Back home.
All
Back
right.
home. Trust me, Parquet.
All right. I
Although-
suppose.
Although, I guess that reward would benefit only me. And you gotta buy Primrose and Tobias ice cream.
Yes!
When I get gold, I don't have any gold right now.
He's looking at Gil and like lifting an eyebrow, like, you have your
What? You
wish.
yes. But you said specifically buy, not steal ice cream.
You know what? No one on this boat would miss it, and it would mess with the hearty rich people. You have my blessing with this one.
Sam just kind of looks at Gil, and then, like, he kind of, like, lowers his mask for a moment, and he's grinning.
Okay.
I can't believe the six really went fuck capitalism. Let's
And server said fuck capitalism. What are you talking about?
Amazing.
Kind of going fuck capitalism for, like, the fact that, like, it's, like, rich people. Fuck rich people.
Oh, I love it. Okay. Before we head over to the arcade, it's been an hour and a half, so how about we have a quick break and then we'll get into the arcade and then we get back.
Yes. I like how we heard the arcade and we were all instantly like 3v3 go.
Listen, Sal was immediately like, oh, competition with brother? Oh?
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go
Hey,
get
Heart,
some water real
Heart.
quick. I will be back.
Heartless? Oh shit, Heart
Heartless
is
is-
gone. Fuck, I'm alone.
Dead.
But for now, hey, Lewis, do you want to hear a song?
Yes,
Like,
always.
before he got lost in the competition sauce, like when they first like came onto the ship, like I think Mersel would have noticed that Tobias was feeling kind of nervous, kind of like lifted Toby's hands and kissed his knuckles.
Can't fucking believe it.
It's just no need to be nervous. The people here are nothing but hot air.
Yeah, that's too intimidating though.
Oh, trust me, they're nothing without you. You're so much. He just smiles and like
Oh my
you're amazing. Like you work into the studios and you make like movies that bring like joy to all and find quell. And you're like, well, you're just amazing. You know, like the value of hard work, and you got to where you are. Like you got to where you are like by yourself. Don't let some rich people with all their like jewelry intimidate you.
Then I think you can't do 3x3 because Tobias is dead.
No.
Killed him.
Listen, he loves his partner so much, and as a fucking former noble, he's literally like, yeah, no, you're so much better than them. You have just as much right to be here.
Oh, yeah. Also, shit, you're right. You talked about Tobias being an actor, and I just realized that, hey, wouldn't like some people recognize it? And
Yeah, he's a famous actor, Lewis.
that's gonna make him even more nervous.
Listen, Marcel's just like, hey, it's okay. The point is that we have fun here together, right? And just like hold hands with you.
Hi.
Hi. Quick question.
Yeah.
Quick question. Well, while they were talking about the 3v3, were Mersel and Gille were their foreheads like grinding together and there was lightning between them?
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Except that it was Marcel's forehead and Gil's mask because he still hadn't taken off the fox mask.
Well, but, like, it's just a classic like anime standoff, complete with crackling lightning.
Yep. I feel like Gil is turning more and more anime by the day. It's weird. It's a Warner too.
Hanging out with Mersel.
Yeah.
I mean, Warners can be Ghiblian.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm looking directly at like Lupin here. Like you can be like can be a
That's fair.
worm and still have anime like traits.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Like it's not just that like there are anime where they're not fully human.
And like I don't know if the Animaniacs count as warns, but like that one episode where the anime gag.
Oh
Mhm.
my God.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
so-
sure the Animaniacs are actually Warrens because they are made by Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like it could also be a case of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Funny.
How is everybody feeling?
I am
I
having
am
so
having
much
so-
fun.
Fun.
Wiz,
Thanks.
I had the realization during the break,
Hmm?
and it is that Primrose and Tobias are famous actors.
Yeah. It's amazing how easy that is for you guys to forget that.
It is extremely easy.
Amazing.
I'm gonna die.
Does that mean that they may be accosted by fans?
Hello, I am
That's
back.
what I was getting at.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Welcome
Alrighty.
back.
Is everyone ready to keep going?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay.
Yes.
So you move through the ship with the aid of the map, and you find a door. It's a pair of double doors with arcade written over the top. And pushing the doors open, you can see this large room that's full of all sorts of different games and attractions. It's very, very similar to like carnival games kind of thing. There is a fairly expansive mini golf over in the back corner, and there's the shooting hoops, and there's the strength thing with the hammer, and all sorts of different games.
Oh, Prim takes one look at the strength game and is like, oh, I want to do that.
Sammy looks at that and then just glances at Gil and is just like, let's not break this one this time, okay?
I mean, we've broken 2, 3, 4 in the past, haven't we, Mersel? Well,
That was Sandy. You did nothing.
I meant us as a family, jeez.
I do remember you getting really heated against that one old man. I wonder if he's here.
I don't think he is.
Liz, you gotta put him in here somehow.
I'll make him mop the floors somewhere, maybe. Okay, so what kind of activities are you interested in? I think I heard strength check from Prim.
Sammy.
Oh, she's already over there.
Sammy's right behind her.
Okay.
Gil is actually going to hang back from that because you said there was a dance game?
Yeah. So while I find my notes from the Chihiro Festival about the strengths, there is a dance game. So you can see it's not too far from the door, and it's actually some sort of it's definitely been built by an artificer, but it's got four gems, they might be glass actually, set into a pad on the floor, and then there is a sheet like a movie screen and a projector, and you can see there is these little arrows that move up the screen, and you have to step on the glass pads on the ground at the same time as the arrows on the movie screen get to the top.
You created fantasy DDR.
Yes.
I am not surprised.
Quick question, by the way. The fantasy DDR, is that like regular arcade DDR where two people can go on at once?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. Yes.
Gil releasing Chifley's hand. So, Mersel. Meet you on the dance floor.
I feel like I'm going to regret this. Sure. Let's go.
Oh, I am watching this.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I think Dex is probably the theme of the day for this one.
Do you want to roll first hard so that we don't mix up our rolls?
Mm-hmm. I can even label mine because I'm not using dice parser.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Not 20.
No, I didn't get an at 20. But, I did get a 19.
Very nice.
Wait, do we have to roll more than once, or?
I think we'll do 3 to see how you do for
Okay.
the end of the song.
Okay. So Gil starts off strong.
Yep, Gil's doing great.
Damn.
Oh, shit. Alright. 11, so that's pretty good, but, Gil's, definitely outspeeding him here. And...
Oh, shit. Hold on. I dropped my dice on the ground.
Oh no. Sounds like things are getting kind of dicey.
Hey. Tish.
Oh, no.
I am so tempted because Tobias is a bard.
Do it, Lewis.
Yes,
I want you to-
I'm very tempted for Tobias.
Do it.
I want you guys to know that Gil, becomes overconfident and smarmy and goes, well, Mersel, you might want to keep up, and then misses a whole bunch of them. That one.
That's the 17. And Sel's just oh, and he starts dancing, and now he's living in the
Them's fighting words. Oh,
Fighting words.
goodness.
Vamp Mersel Noah's Dice of Bardic Inspiration.
I know. Saving the 15 minutes for the last bit.
Alright, the last segment of the
I'm
song.
confirming it.
Come on, Gil.
15.
15.
Gil, realizes he's losing, immediately refocuses.
Oh, good golly.
Oh, wow.
Sel gets show-offy. Spinning and dancing and I could add the Bardic Inspiration just to be mean about it.
And do it.
Don't.
Do it.
Don't because else. No, Van, don't because else Judge is going to give you the karmic retribution.
Yeah. We'll see the bardic inspiration for another game. But for now, he's gonna be show offy and like look at Gille and wink.
Oh boy, I think that just based on the number of perfects and greats and whatever, not that it actually does too much of that because the feedback isn't quite the same. There is the glass pads underneath Mersel. They start flashing, ding 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 ding, and the ones underneath Gille, they just sort of go poof and go black.
Aw.
Hold on, I want to
like,
see.
claps.
Hold on. Mersel got. Wait, no, that's not it. Oh, 50. I was trying to see like how much
Mersel?
got.
Mersel got 51. Hold on.
Yeah, and Gille got.
Oh,
19 plus 3 plus 15. 37.
Yeah,
Yeah.
clear winner.
At
Oh
the
boy.
final end of the song, he like throws his hat up in a flourish and then catches it and spins.
You may have won this one, but winning
That's
one
what
battle
you
does not win the war.
That's what you get for being cocky, little brother.
Way to go, Mersel! And like Primrose has been like at the strike machine and she's kind of like leaning against the hammer and watching him do this whole thing.
Yeah,
Like,
Mersel
it's
is
just
getting
like-
a victory kiss from Tobias.
Yes! Soul just immediately melts and like hearts everywhere.
So let's cut over to that strength test. Because we're doing this as a contest, I think it's the funniest for Chifley to do this against Prim.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
But Sammy
no.
Sammy wanted to do the strength test though.
Yeah.
Oh
he
yeah,
wanted-
true. Okay. Chifley can do something else. Okay, so it's just a straight strength check.
Just a
Okay.
straight strength.
Strength.
I'll let Sammy go first.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
Oh, one.
Okay,
Sammy.
Sammy swings the hammer around and smacks it down on the pad, and the little thing that goes up, it kind of judders a little bit, and then you can just hear a wah wah wah.
I honestly kind of picture that like he hits it and like the force of his swing goes into him instead, so you get the kind of the.
Oh my god.
And then Prim picks up the hammer, and the way that I just picture is because you got a
She might-
9. You got a 9. I think you're just giggling too much at the fact that Sammy did so badly. You swing it around and hit it. It actually bounces more than just twitches, but then you can hear a pre-recorded voice just going, "Man, you stink."
Oh.
Is this machine rigged?
Bristling immediately.
I think you do the best 2 out of 3 for this one as well.
Yeah,
Well, Tim's immediately going again. Because check this machine.
Cel's just looking at the machine and elbowing Gille like, is this rigged? I'm pretty sure Sammy and Prim are stronger than that.
Okie dokie. Fantastic. Okay, so you pull the hammer around again and hit it a lot harder, and then it bounces up. It's probably 2/3 of the way up the thing, and then you hear another pre-recorded voice go, I could still take you. And Sammy, you get the same recorded message. Yours doesn't quite go quite as high, but you get that same, I could still take you.
Can't believe this.
Hey, Sammy!
Sammy pulls down
Sammy.
his mask and sticks his tongue out at the machine.
Pretend that thing is a very certain someone's head.
Oh, that's concerning.
Sammy
You
just
can do
kinda
it!
blinks and then kind of like there's like a ... question mark, and then there's the like, oh.
Am I gonna use? I think I'm gonna use this on this.
Oh boy.
Given as we're all for cheating, Chifley's actually going to come up and give Sammy a quick pat on the back before he takes his next swing. And Sammy, you can hear the very familiar sort of flute bird call sort of thing that makes noises when Chifley casts magic. And you have an extra D4 to add to your roll. Because he just blessed you.
Can't believe you've done this.
Okay, and then a D4. That's a 9.
No.
Both of them were so trying to be so supportive too.
I mean, honestly, I thought Sammy was going to rage, but I guess not.
Honestly, Mira forgot that was a thing for a moment. That's so...
Well, Abby didn't. Abby didn't. Primrose is just kind of like standing behind Sammy, and as soon as Sammy lets go, there's kind of like a puh, and like Prim is rubbing her hands together. And she is in fact gonna go into a rage to get advantage on this.
Amazing. Oh gosh.
That's an 11.
That's also nice person. And you're going to like it.
Oh boy. Okay, so that's a 9 total for Sammy, and you get another, man, you stink. And then Prim, you're really cranky at this thing, but then you just get another, I can still take you.
Alright, we all agree that this machine is rigged, right?
Fuck the machine.
Sammy just
Yeah, I'm
nods.
pretty sure it's rigged.
They just
Prim's trying again.
Primrose.
Come on, Dice Master. That's still a 12. I can still take you.
Can Sammy rage? I want Sammy to rage at this point because that's not fair.
Do it.
They're going to break the fucking machine, I swear to God.
You still get an extra D4 to add as well, Mira, because it
Oh my
hasn't run out
gosh,
yet.
yeah.
25.
That's amazing. Okay, so you guys have been getting basically verbally abused by this stupid machine, and Prim has taken an extra swing in it because she's still cranky, and then you Sammy, you just pick up the hammer and you're like, okay, that's it, that's enough, and you swing it down, and the little thing, it goes straight up like a bullet, hits the bell with a very loud ding, and then keeps going, and then you hear this thunk as it embeds itself in the ceiling.
Someone kind of looks up at it, and then his mask is still down by his throat, and he just there is this very, very dark, pleased grin on his face.
Okay, maybe we
Serves
should
it
leave
right.
the machine. Maybe we should leave the machine before someone else comes. And it's also capturing the mall towards the slot machine.
Let's go to a different one.
But before they go, Primrose definitely throws both hands up in the air for Sammy to high five. Like, that was awesome!
Sammy definitely goes and high fives Prim.
I love them.
Amazing. So I think that means the last game is Chifley versus Tobias. What are they going to
The two who have
play?
been dragged into this, and they have to determine the winner.
Oh, what are they going to play?
I don't know.
Mini golf?
What other games are there? Oh, no.
There's golf.
Claw machine?
There is also
Claw
a claw
machine.
machine.
Claw machine.
Let's
Those clock machines are rigged.
I wouldn't say so. I've won a few from a claw machine, completely ignoring the irony that he is a luck warlock.
Gil just sort of slowly looks over at Mersel. Yeah. You've won a few, huh?
Yeah, he's starting to giggle behind his hand.
Yeah. Why are you looking at me?
Chifley's just going to turn to Tobias and say, I don't mind. You choose.
Oh no, why did you give me this responsibility?
Can't believe this.
Oh. There.
There
What
are
the
a few
plums?
other
What other
games as
games
well.
other
I don't
games
know
are
if you guys have these where you guys are, but there is another arcade game, and this one's been done up with glass and gems and stuff as well. But it's round, and it's got a light that sort of runs around it, and then you have to hit a button at the right time for the light to land between two posts.
Oh
And-
yeah.
Oh boy. I
Those
don't
ones are
really know this
legitimately
game.
rigged. Like, even more so than claw machines, those ones gave me so much grief as a child.
Mood.
I don't think I know this game.
Good! Don't.
It's just a timing thing. It's just a timing thing. That's all.
Yee.
Gil is going to pull something out of his pocket and just start fiddling with it.
Maybe this?
Here?
I have a feeling I know what it is, but I'm not gonna say anything.
He's gonna roll perception to see if he notices Gil. Is that enough?
Let me roll a quick stealth.
Even if I Tobias is concentrated on thinking about.
Oh, I rolled another one. Yeah.
Aw. Is
So
it the disaster magnet?
Gil is holding a very small magnet.
Yep, it's the disaster magnet.
Debbie just squints but doesn't say anything.
Oh dear.
Oh my god. Cheaters everywhere.
Meanwhile, Prim is
first.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Prim is kind of going up next to Tobias and you can do it, honey, and she does a little kiss on his cheek.
Aw.
Have fun.
So what do you reckon, Lewis? What's Tobias gonna go for?
I don't know. Oh, I am
You
a
could roll
very
for it?
decisive person.
How
Yeah,
do you want to just go for the magic claw then? The claw
Let's
machine.
go for the magic claw.
Okay, no worries.
Magic claw.
I am an extremely
Magic
indecisive
claw.
person, and you give me
Decision to
the,
make. Yep.
the responsibility to make a choice.
Valid.
Oh.
Fair enough. Okay, well, would Tobias like to go first then? It's a dex check for this one.
Okay, straight decks.
Straight dex. Or
And you have
make
disadvantage. And you have
Oh, because
disadvantage.
the
disaster magnet.
because of the
Gil
disaster.
is pointing the disaster magnet at Tobias.
I can't fucking
Me hiding a smile behind my hand. Oh, honey Gil, you're not the only one who can cheat.
Oh no. Okay, so
You know what?
I am-
I'm canceling that disadvantage with a luck point. like Sal isn't even looking, but he's talking to Primrose, and he accidentally slaps his arm up wide enough that he knocks the magnet straight away from Gil's hand.
Good.
boy.
Yes.
Gil goes scrambling for it.
Oh dear.
Okay, well I'm gonna take advantage of that and roll straight with on disadvantage.
Mhm. 16. Nice.
16!
So you grab the joystick on this box and move it from side to side, and there is a like a grabby claw, like those plastic ones where you squeeze the handle and it shuts, and it just sort of it moves backwards and forwards, and there is a button next to the joystick, and when you hit that button, it shoots down and grabs something and comes back up, and you now have, coming out of the little slot on the side, a crab plushie about the size of an apple.
Aww.
What's the
What is
plushie?
it? What is the plushie?
That'll
This
do-
is important.
It's a crab. It's a little red crab.
Crab.
It's gonna give this one to Primrose.
Alright, I'm gonna roll one for Chifley now.
Aww.
Okie
Primrose
dokie.
gets the plushie and you immediately get another kiss, I hope you know.
What's that? It's an 11 plus 1. Okay, so that's a 12. So Chifley is doing the same thing. He moves it over and he pushes the button, and he doesn't get a plush. He gets this. It's a sheet of stickers.
Stickers!
Stickers.
What kind of stickers are they?
They're like smiley face emoji stickers.
Good. Already kind of like commenting at that because that's fun.
Oh, that's cute.
Damn it!
Good.
And Sel's looking over to Gil like, huh, Gil, why do you look so mad?
Chifley's just sort of going to look at Tobias.
I'm gonna
Do you
roll.
want to have another go?
Oh, absolutely. I need one for Mersel.
Oh, Sel's just like, hearts.
I'm gonna roll sleight of hand. Aw. Dang it.
What are you trying to do with sleight of hand there, Prim?
Yeah, what are you trying to do?
Mage hand. Sneakily. It's not very sneaky because Prim's
For
mage
what?
hand is a bright pink paw.
Yeah.
Okay. So the claw moves,
We're
and
all cheaters here.
Tobias
Oh,
grabs
God.
another sticker sheet. This one, instead of smiley face emojis, it's stars. And then
Perfect.
you can all see the very vibrant pink paw just sort of grabbing a much larger crab plushie than the one Tobias won before, and moving it across and dumping it in the thing, and it's just like.
Tobias immediately looks at Primrose.
I want to roll deception so bad, but I don't think she can do anything. Deception-wise. I'm gonna do it anyway, just for giggles.
Sammy's like on his hands and knees and laughing.
Oh boy.
I feel like a
There's just-
halo appears above Prim's head, like, I didn't do anything.
Just about to say that. Primrose has just
Listen,
a little halo.
Listen, it's a 15, so what I'm thinking is that just as they all look at Primrose, there's another, like, pink animal too passing by. Maybe it's that.
Oh boy. Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna give Chifley his second turn, see what he gets.
Mersel, you get star stickers.
Yeah, and smile, and just Toby like a kiss.
It's to replace the one Tally stole.
Okay.
Oh,
so-
she told you about that?
Okay, so he gets a 14, and this time it's not stickers and it's not an apple-sized plushie, but it's kind of almost like a little finger puppet, and it looks kind of like a mouse finger puppet.
Aww.
Sammy's eyes go like starry.
Chifley is immediately offering it to Sammy.
Sammy holds it and it's just like he's got it on one of his fingers and he's just like squeak 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 squeak.
That's adorable.
That's adorable. That's so cute.
Gil is off in the corner fuming. He's taken off his mask by now, and he's not in a great mood.
Oh, Twinkie.
Chifley's just going to close the distance between them and then just give Gil a very gentle pat on the arm and
Aw.
hold up his sticker sheet, and he's like, "Do you want a sticker?"
No, I don't want a sticker.
Oh well, I tried. And it is about then that a very pleasant bell starts chiming throughout the ship. And it sounds like one of those ones, the handheld ones on a stick going ga-ding, 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 but it sounds like it's coming from everywhere. And you all realise that is the sound of the dinner bell.
Food.
Oh, perfect! Saved by the bell. Let's go.
Dinner. Wait, I want to try the claw machine, and like Primrose is very quickly. Just like as everyone's starting to leave, just very quickly trying to do it as fast as she can.
Primmy, we can come back later.
That's a 6.
Oh, boy. Oh,
Wait, I want to give it a go. And Saul's like kind of like looking at the claw machine and like he wants to give it a go. That's an oath.
Okay, with the 6 and an 8, the claw comes down. It grabs something, but it slips out of the claw as it pulls up.
Self dies.
But you can always come back. So leaving the arcade behind, you make your way through the ship to the dining room, and you step into the door, and there's a greeter's podium just inside, and again, another very identical attendant with the pink dress and the red hair. And she brightens when she sees you all.
Could you try again?
Siri, shut up. I'm not used to
Oh my
wearing.
God.
I'm not used to wearing. I'm gesturing loudly, and Siri's like, "Oh, hey, tell me things." I'm like,
You are
"What?"
talking to me.
That must be one of the other passengers. Is a
Yes, they're very
robot
nosy.
tune.
Something like that.
Nosy robot tune.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I've lost my train of thought. Choo choo. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is why we write. This is why we write notes. So she gestures. She brightens seeing you, and she's like, "Welcome. You're our winners. We have a private area off to one side for you. I do hope you don't mind the 6 of you sharing. We didn't have enough time to arrange separate dining areas. Is that all right?"
Oh no, that's absolutely perfect.
Okay, fantastic. Please follow me. And she leads you across the dining room. And the dining room is, by and large, a fairly average-looking fancy pants restaurant. But she leads you to a side room. And she pulls back the door and motions for you to step inside. And the room you have been led to has a tatami floor and has a low wooden table in the middle with 6 cushions around the outside. It's been done up with the wood and paper paneling, and Mersel and Gille in particular, you recognize a lot of this decal is very similar to what was in the bathhouse at the Chihiro festival when you attended there. But this is somehow more impressive because it's on a boat. And particularly so, on the other side of this room to the door, on the other side of your dining table, there is a garden with a small set of shrines and a pond, and you can see some vibrant orange koi swimming around in the water.
Oh, hey guys, want to roll inside himself?
Also roll
I have to
inside on
roll
Sammy.
insight with disadvantage.
Why disadvantage? You have
Because
like you
with
have
the disaster, it doesn't matter if you cancel it. I still use the disaster magnet.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry.
Yes!
Oh my gosh! Primrose!
Okay. Prim got a nat 1 on a wisdom check.
Oh no.
And alright, it's fun fact time. Primrose has been in an FPS where she got a cursed item.
No.
And this cursed item, when she gets a nat 1 on a wisdom check, she turns into an actual dog for 10 minutes.
I'm
So
dying.
everyone's just looking, and then there's just like a Fairly Odd Parent style poof, and where Primrose was standing is just Pubby.
And Sal's just like, aww, and he just like gives Puppy Primrose a hug. Look at you.
Tobias is like, oh my god.
And she turns into a real kind dog, doesn't she? Not a toon dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. Gosh.
It's just a dog now.
Chifley is stunned. Chifley is just standing there with the very visible ... question mark.
Gil just falls on the floor and
Primrose.
starts rolling around laughing. Because this happened after showtime, so Gil's seen this.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Primrose in Mersel's arms is just flushing because she's like, oh, it happened again.
Oh,
Mersel
boy.
does that thing. Like Mersel does the cute thing where he he leans in and like poops Prim's nose with his own and just like waves at basically he kisses her nose.
Aww. Aww.
How is Tobias feeling about this change of events?
Tobias is dying.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
His girlfriend is now a dog.
I mean, we have seen this before. Prim did turn into a dog after showtime.
Yeah.
I know you have seen this before. That doesn't mean it, like the reaction changes.
I think Chifley is the only one who hasn't seen this before, and he's just so confused. Like with every passing second, more question marks sort of show up. It's like, but
Oh my god! I can't believe it
Prim can't give an explanation because she can't talk, so...
I think the only reason why Sammy didn't fully freeze is because Prim turned into a puppy.
Puppy.
Pubby.
oh dear.
Also,
What?
Vamp.
Yes.
You do get puppy kisses right on Mersel's nose.
Yes, good.
Oh boy.
Yes.
I hesitate to ask why we were all rolling insight. Actually,
Oh,
what was that about? Who were we rolling
well-
it on?
honestly, with the rolls you guys got, that's a turn. I think Toby is the only one who even notices. But the second Cell spotted the
Wait,
koi fish.
But Sammy got 18.
Oh no, that was a whiz save.
That was
Oh, that
an
was the
insight.
whiz save. Oh. Oops,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah, Toby's the only one who notices. When Cell had seen the koi fish, there had been immediate visceral joy.
Aww.
His entire face has lit up. And if Toby remembered correctly, you might have remembered that in the past, Cell has mentioned that koi fish is one of the symbols for the wishing star in Ghibli.
Oh, that's.
Aww. That's so good.
We
Gil
love
was
Ghibli
too busy
magic,
laughing
man.
at Prim to notice anything.
Yeah, Chifley was too busy being confused as all get out, so he didn't notice it either.
So, piggybacking off of what Tobias has noticed, he does notice Sammy freezing and his shading going sky blue and then darker blue for a brief moment before it just kind of fades into a yellow as he looks at Prim.
How long does that effect last for? 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Fucking minutes.
So look, luckily, there isn't food out on the table already, but there are places. And there are off to the side. There is like these little chairs with a back that don't have legs on them. So for anyone who's not accustomed to sitting on the floor, there is this something that resembles a chair, so that you can have back support. So is everyone going to go and sit down?
Yeah.
After finishing wheezing at Primrose.
Yeah, after recovering from laughter. Yeah, Tobias? Sorry, I didn't catch what you said.
Completely talked over you. Is going to sit down.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Gille's going to wait until Sammy sits down.
Yeah, he's gonna sit down, and it's not on one of the chairs, it's one of the cushions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very obvious he's done this before.
And Gille is going to follow suit on his left side.
Well, wherever Tobias and Mersel sit, you now have Doggo on your lap.
Oh boy.
Scritches.
Chifley's going to sit down on Sammy's other side, and Chifley actually sits down the same way that Sammy does, on his knees.
Nice.
So probably sits down like near the koi pond, like as near as he can possibly get.
Which is not really that close to the dining table, so you will have to move in order to eat, but that's okay. So as you're kind of getting yourself settled and taking in this room, one of the other attendants, again, identical, comes in, and she has a very large, very traditional-looking Ghibli teapot and a stack of teacups, and she sets them down. She hesitates at Primrose, but puts it down anyway, very slowly, and then starts pouring tea into each of these teacups, and it is that very typical Ghibli green tea that has that really viscous blorp kind of thing that it does, and then she sort of bows after serving you tea and backs out of the room.
Liz, are you just trying to make Sammy cry? Because he's going to cry.
Oh my god.
I'm dying. Goodbye. It was nice knowing y'all, but I'm dead now.
Well, I've been dead this whole time.
No, I think I should stop using my dice, because they keep giving me ones.
Oh gosh, I'm picking on you today, aren't Okay. Oh, what was it for?
Insight on Sammy. Gille doesn't know what's going on.
I'm gonna get Chif to roll one too. Although Chif does know what's going on. Hey, okay. Hey, guess what? Chifley just rolled a 19, and his insight is 7. Oh, no, BS is beeping at me again. Shut
good
up.
golly.
So Chifley knows exactly how Sammy is feeling right now.
I want to roll insight on Sammy again.
Roll insight, go ahead.
Noticed before. 14.
19.
Avi, do you want to roll insight on Sammy?
You know what? Sure.
Yep.
So does Puppy Prim go like, oh no, sad person?
She might be too occupied trying to get pets.
Okay, fair.
Oh, dear.
To illustrate Sammy is like kind of like just holding his cup of tea, and just like it is very obvious he's trying to fight back tears, and it's like Vamp and Chifley, you guys. Oh, and also Lewis, I'd say you would have rolled high enough for this.
Yay.
Because Sammy's like Sammy has been struggling with homesickness, and all of a sudden he is being confronted with all of these things from his heritage that it's a cup of tea, and he's almost gonna start crying into. He's so happy, but also, I'm homesick. Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh, baby.
So,
Mix of happy and sad.
oh, baby.
Oh, bless. Chifley's just going to reach her hand out and just gently put his hand on Sammy's knee and give it a very gentle pat.
Gille is going to very hesitantly reach out and place his hand on Sammy's shoulder and kind of lean over and whisper, Sammy, you alright?
I'm fine. And he just kind of he wipes at his eyes and then just takes a very long sip of his tea.
It is a very high quality tea. I'm going to say that Prim's 10 minutes of puppy kind of ends just as the door opens up again. Does she, Fairly Odd Parents, poof back into her normal form as well?
Yes, but she didn't get off of Mersel's lap, so... I just imagine her, poofing back, and, she's on Mersel's lap, and she's just doing a blep.
Oh,
Hey,
wonderful.
Abby, the second, Prim's back to normal, Mersel doesn't even move the bastard. He just leans his head up, he just tilts his head up and leans in to kiss Prim on the mouth.
Can't fucking believe it.
Oh,
Oh, gosh.
You know what, actually...
Points at the gay.
Gille's going to get an idea, and he's going to pull a flower bud crown out of his hammer space and put it on his head. Why didn't he do this earlier?
Because he was too busy
oh
thinking
my
of
gosh,
mischief.
wait a second.
flower bud crown.
So
I would, but right now, Prim is Twitter pated, absolutely.
Yeah.
The kiss, oh, she's gone. Oh, there's no thoughts. There's just giggles and hearts and puppy tail wags.
So Prim has just poofed back into her normal form as the door opens, and a number of these identical attendants all come in, and they're all carrying various different dishes, and the food that's put before you is very traditionally Ghiblian. It's not as vast in quantity as the grand banquet at the Chihiro bathhouse, but it's all very high quality, and all of it is that very traditional sort of stuff. At the Chihiro thing, there was all sorts of there was lots of stuff that wasn't necessarily typical of a Ghiblian feast. It was from all over, but this is all Ghiblian stuff. Although having said that, you're welcome to roll a history while they're putting all the food down.
Oh boy.
History. Oh my gosh, Sammy.
20 again!
This tracks.
Oh,
11.
Prim got a 3. This tracks for Prim.
I'm gonna use dice parser now. I'm mad at my dice. They're not helping me at all.
Oh, it's a good thing you did, because you just got a 24.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I'll just roll a quick one for
The dice are going into the naughty corner.
Yeah, okay. Chif got a 4. What's his history? It's 2.
I'm putting all of my dice away.
Fair enough.
They're not behaving.
Okay, so Mersel, Sammy, and Gille. This actually makes a perfect amount of sense here. They're putting these dishes down in front of you, and you immediately twig that they're Ghiblian ones, but it's not strict. It is Ghiblian stuff, but there's also a lot of Tezzacanadan meals in here. The two countries do share a lot of history, being on the same landmass, and so they've got a lot of that shared culture thing. So although there are some dishes that are more considered Ghiblian and others that are considered more Tezzacanadan, they do tend to cross borders a bit, and there are a few dishes across here that you would kind of go, oh yeah, that's a Ghiblian spin on this Tezzacanadan meal, or vice versa for a few other ones. And you are presented with both chopsticks and forks. If you'd like to use the chopsticks, you have to roll me a dex.
Okay. Gil is going to use the chopsticks.
Sammy's gonna use
Prim
chopsticks.
is going to use the chopsticks.
Fantastic.
Oh, Tobias. Chopsticks.
Awesome. Everybody gets to roll me a dex. Mersel, Sammy, and Chifley get advantage.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, Sal, like, you know, is Ghiblian, like,
Is it straight dex or dex save?
Straight dex.
Okay.
Ah, I got a 21.
Oh, Sammy got an 11.
Net 20 for Prim!
Tobias got a fucking 6.
And okay, Chip's also getting advantage.
Tobias
Okay.
dies.
Okay.
hold on. That's the first. That's the second. Alright, I'm taking the 23.
Yeah, okay, so Mersel, you've slid back into using chopsticks so easily. It's like you've been doing this like for your entire life. Funny that. And like I'm happy to say you're all sort of looking around the table judging how well everyone's doing with chopsticks. So Mersel, you're a pro. Chifley is actually doing really, really well as well. He's got that air about him of he knows exactly what he's doing with these. Prim, you're doing splendidly.
I feel like Prim took the time to ask herself, okay, how do I do it? Because she's never eaten with chopsticks before.
Yeah, you're a very quick study, and watching how Mersel holds it and watching how Chifley's holding it ahead of you, you're just like, oh, okay, that makes sense, and you're fine. Tobias.
Yeah, she does a fancy little twirl with it, and then
I think
eats a little bit.
I think Tobias actually used chopstick before, but it's been such a long time that he totally forgot. And forgot.
He's forgotten what he's doing, and you kind of you're fiddling with it, and then you're like, okay, peck this noise, and you just sort of stab the chopstick into the thing you're trying to pick up.
Listen. Sal, if one Sal notices that Toby's having trouble, he picks up a dumpling with his chopsticks and kind of holds it off towards the Tobias with a smile. And,
Tobias is imaginally going big.
Oh boy. Oh gosh. Sammy, it's been such a long time since you've eaten with chopsticks. You're finding it your hands are a bit stiff around them, but you're managing okay. You're doing all right. But you're looking at your hands very carefully, and you're like, I should be better at this. And Gil, you're not having any troubles at all, by the looks of that.
Oh, that's because Gil has eaten with chopsticks before.
Yep.
Ooh.
Awesome. Just for a little bit of fun, who would like to roll an insight on Chifley?
Sammy's
Sure.
gonna roll insight.
actually, no, I'm setting up for this one because Sal's too busy feeding Tobias.
Oh my
That's
god.
right. Tobias
Sammy,
is
that's
too busy
not
being
Hold on.
Wait, Lewis, what did you say?
Oh wait, I got advantage because of.
Of the flower
Yeah.
crown. Yep.
Yeah.
Wait a
Lewis,
second.
what did you say?
Wait a second.
Tobias is too busy being fed by his boyfriend. He cannot perceive.
Yeah,
my
there
God.
is probably the scene where Saul
Okay,
gets
hold on.
on Tobias's cheek, and Saul just wipes it off with one hand.
Can't believe this.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Telling
Okay.
you right there and then.
Before Prim is making insight, I just remembered that I wanted to pull out Prim's flower crown.
Excellent.
Oh, she saw that Gil was wearing it, and it was blooming in pink camellias?
Yes.
Specifically?
Yes.
Aw.
Good.
Oh dear. Great. All right. Roll me that insight, Prim.
Rolling the insight. Oh, Prim. Oh, Prim.
Not bad.
Okay. So
It's not bad.
Gil, you can see this a whole lot clearer than anyone else. Sammy, you're too focused on your chopsticks, quite frankly. You don't see anything. But Chifley has gone straight for there's this set of dumplings that is very much more Tezzicanadan than Ghiblian. And Gil, you recognize the expression on his face as fond nostalgia.
Aw.
Aw.
And then you have a very lovely meal. It's great. The food is a very high quality, and there's just enough for you to feel full, but not enough for you to be over full. And
So, Chifley, I didn't really expect you to be a world traveler, huh?
Chifley's just sort of gonna blink at that. What do you mean?
Those are from Toonkind. Been there?
No.
Hmm.
No, my grandfather used to make something like this.
Oh. Neat. Gil's tail just kind of thumps against the ground.
As you finish up your meal, more attendants come in to clear the tables, and one of them hangs back, and she says to you, as our contest winners, you are given the opportunity to watch our mooring at our overnight destination. Would you like to come to the Spectators Lounge?
Oh,
Watch
yes.
our what?
Sure.
Sure, yeah? Okay.
Primrose, a
Tobias
mouthful of food
alive?
gives a...
He is still dying.
Hey, Louis, do you want to kill Tobias even more?
No.
Yes! Sal is going to kill Tobias even more because he's like that. And she's like, oh,
Fuck.
hold on, Toby, you have something on your mouth. And he's just gonna like lean forward and kiss Tobias.
I am
Like when the others like look towards them, like Sal has like held up his hat and is like kissing Tobias.
Oh boy.
Good.
Says,
Good.
"Just left this astral plane."
Oh my
Tobias,
gosh, we're not gonna have enough time for everything.
Ghibli. Like Sal immediately, like all his romantic Ghibli tropes just activated.
Oh
Can't
boy.
Meanwhile, Prim, beside them, just gives the attendant like a thumbs up with a mouthful of food.
Amazing. So she does wait until you're all finished eating, and then she leads you through the ship down to the Spectators Lounge. And down is definitely the word for it. She takes you to what is essentially an elevator, and it goes down and then opens up into another corridor. And the thing that I want to make particularly clear and reassuring is this is not going into like the boiler room of a ship or anything. It's still done up in that really nice hallway. There's people everywhere. It's like this is somewhere that people are supposed to be. And she opens up a door and leads you into a room that has this big window on the side, and just looking around, it feels as though this is at the very bottom of the ship. And I'm going to get everyone to roll me a perception, please.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Me eyeballing the no angst like writing on the announcement.
Oh my
Boy,
God.
I know what I said, and
Don't
I meant
worry
it.
about it.
I meant it. There's no angst
Sammy
here.
got a nat 20.
Also, I am not surprised that Tobias is 5, considering he has been
Is that like the third nat 20 from Sammy?
Yeah.
Nat 20! Oh no, Prim! No!
Prim becomes Pubby again. Is that supposed to be a 19 plus 5?
Yes, I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't hit the
I
plus
thought.
button hard enough. Okay. God damn it. Okay, Prim sees nothing because she is now. Her real kind hair floof is over her eyes. She can't see a thing. You step into this room and you looking around, and that window in front of you doesn't look like glass. It almost looks more like a bubble. It sort of bulges slightly and has that sort of sheen like a soap bubble that you've blown out of a bubble wand. And you head over to the window. The attendant sort of gestures for you to go and have a closer look. And looking out this window, you realize that not only are you at the bottom of the boat, you also seem to be at the bottom of the ocean. The entire boat is underwater, and you can see seaweed and fish and coral, and the whole sea floor is just laid out before you.
Oh my god, it's beautiful.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Oh.
Gil has fallen completely silent, and he's just staring.
Yeah. Same with Tobias.
Oh.
Tobias is gold, but he's just not saying anything and looking.
Like, Sammy's shading and went, like, sky blue for a moment, and now it's just, like, a very, very bright highlighter yellow as he's looking at everything.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
There is this really nice, calm moment as you just sort of look out over the ocean floor and all the sea life and everything that you can see. And in that breadth of time, Prim, you do get to not be puppy anymore. So you can appreciate this as well.
Yeah.
Good. And then I think just about everybody except Prim and Tobias, by the looks of that, you don't notice, but everyone else, you can see something off in the distance, and the ship is moving straight towards it. And it kind of looks castle-y, almost. And as you get closer, it is distinctly castle-y. It's kind of Howl's Moving Castle kind of castle-y, except ocean-y instead of
Hello?
steampunky.
Oh, wow.
And it is surrounded by these vast gardens of sea plants and coral and all these other sorts of things that you've not got names for. And you watch as the boat gets close to this castle, and you realize it is covered in a bubble as well. And the boat comes to a stop, and the bubble around the castle and the bubble of the window touch ever so gently and bulge, and then it falls still. And the attendant comes over from the door, and she's holding a tray of drinks. And she says, I hope you've all enjoyed watching our mooring. If you please, I have some drinks here with a potion in them, which will help you adjust to the ambient magic around the hotel.
Primrose looks confused because she didn't see any of this because of her picking -1.
Gil,
I think everybody's still kind of stunned silent by just everything.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Absent-mindedly grabbing the potion.
really quick, Gil is going to roll insight on the person and get a 12. Make sure she's not trying to poison us or turn us red for some reason.
No, she's just sort of standing. She's just standing there. She seems completely genuine. And as I think I heard Lewis, you said Tobias is going to reach for one. As he does so, she does blink as if remembering something, and she says, "This is a particular potion we have developed for our guests. It only will take effect once you have departed the boat. It does have some minor polymorphic side effects, which we're still working out, but those will wear off once you get back on board tomorrow."
Can Mersel roll Arcana?
Absolutely.
Oh, without explanation, Gil's just gonna be like, all right, takes one down, send it.
Sammy kind of like tilts his head, and he's gonna down his potion too.
Cool. Mersel, with a 9, you can look at this and yeah, it definitely looks like a potion, and you know enough about magic and stuff that there's magic in this, and you can feel that it's the same kind of magic as whatever is making that bubble window be a thing.
Mm.
And Sel's just gonna tilt his head, look at it, and look at the attendant. And you know what? He's going to shrug and drink it.
Yeah, Tobias follows suit.
Rose
Cool.
takes her drink, and she drinks it like a puppy.
I love
It's
it.
like with her tongue.
Once again, take a fucking sip, babes.
And Chifley will drink his as well. And you drink this potion, and it's kind of tastes a bit seaweedy, sort of toasted rice-y, for Mersel and Sammy. You're sure you've had some sort of tea variants that kind of taste like this. But you can taste the magic in this as well. All of you can. And it kind of spreads in a nice warm, kind of weirdly wet kind of feeling. And it starts in your stomach and then just sort of spreads over you. It's like you were sinking into a warm bath.
Sammy kind of wiggles his hands a little bit because magic.
And you've not noticed any particular polymorphic effects at this stage. But the attendant takes your empty glasses onto the tray and puts it aside, and then she pulls what looks like an anchor out of her hammer space with a long rope, and she just kind of yeets it at the window bubble, and it goes through with a bloop. And then you can just watch it kind of go down to the ground. And once it hits the ground, she gives it a nice little shake, and then it turns into a set of steps.
Oh.
Oh,
And,
Sammy's
that's
emoji.
cool.
and then she steps through the bubble as if it wasn't even there and waits for you on the other side.
Gil's going
Primrose
to
is going without hesitation.
Gil is following right behind Primrose and kind of just walking. He's doing that imperious walk sort of deal.
Sammy kind of holds out his hand for Chifley to take before he heads out.
Cool. Chif will take it. And you step through this bubble, and it kind of feels like you're walking through like a curtain of water almost. And the attendant in front of you, her hair and her dress are all moving slightly like they were in water currents. And once you're all on the other side, you can feel that kind of wet magic feeling swell slightly. And then you look around at each other and you can see the polymorphic effects have taken root.
I knew it! I knew it was this.
None of us are surprised.
Gil is just gonna start swirling around.
And the attendant is sort of just standing there letting you kind of process this.
Tobias, you made
Primrose is-
give a kiss to Prim and Mersel.
Yes! Yes! I think Primrose does a few tentative shakes of her new fish, half puppy, half fish tail, and then she's immediately swimming circles around everyone.
Aww.
It's like Mersel, you've used the spell fly before, and it's kind of almost feels like that. You have complete control of your altitude and your direction in the water out here.
Good.
And the attendant sort of gives you all a moment and gives a smile and a nod, and then she says, we have prepared a dessert picnic for you in the gardens around the hotel before you retire for the day. If you please, I can show you the way.
That would be great, yes.
Lead the way.
Yes!
And she does walk down the stairs, but it's kind of a... If you've ever sort of just done that sort of moon walk along the bottom of a swimming pool, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
And
well, either way, the whole way there, Prim is just swimming absolutely everywhere. Cause this is cool.
Does she doggy paddle?
Oh my god.
I think at first, yes.
Sammy's definitely like doing a few laps around Gille and Gille and Chifley. Just like, oh my gosh!
Chifley is has kind of latched onto Gil's arm a bit.
Hey there.
He looks nervous.
Aww.
Sammy's gonna swim up to Chif and just like, make to grab his hands. Just Chif, come on, swim with me. This is so cool.
Okay. Neither of you actually asked when you guys were taking swims in the river, but Chifley doesn't know how to swim.
Oh.
So he has no idea what he's doing.
But just like, I picture like Sammy honestly kind of tugs Chifley behind him. He doesn't really have to swim.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I love them.
Once released, Gil starts kind of swimming like a shark.
Why am I
Da-da,
not?
da-da.
The attendant leads you down to the gardens, and you can see the picnic very, very clearly as you get close. It's spread out on this large picnic blanket that's got a design, like a wave woodcut design on it, and it's sitting in a glade of coral trees, and there's like these like anemones for flowers, and there's little tiny fish that could possibly be bird equivalents just sort of flitting around. And she gestures to the spread of desserts that's been put out for you, and she says, "You're welcome to take as much as you like, and then when you are finished, we will show you to your rooms for the evening."
Gil takes one look at the spread and immediately just starts taking one of every single thing and putting it into his pockets.
Snack hoard.
I mean, fair.
And then he does another round and eats each one of every single thing.
I think Prim's still too excited about her surroundings and being able to swim like she can in order to notice the desserts. So she's just swimming around and taking Mersel and Tobias's hands, and she's just like, guys, look, and just goes out and swims to some of the coral and just looks around at everything.
Oh, bliss.
I love her so much.
Oh dear. When you do eventually all sit down around this sweets picnic and start partaking, I'll get everybody to roll me a perception, please.
Oh boy, another
perception. Oh no.
Maybe I'm just being paranoid, but I keep wondering when the other shoe will drop.
Well, I got a 4.
Stop being paranoid, Vamp. Bump.
I have been in almost all of these games. I think I have reason.
Prim got a 3.
F.
I am enjoying.
Prim got a 3.
I am enjoying this very much. I am also extremely sus.
Same handshake. I'm just waiting for Wiz to go at the end there. Oh, okay, that's the end there. On that cliffhanger, we'll see you guys in part 2.
No, I'm not doing that to you again. That was too mean. Okay, so that looks like a 13 from
Hero Festival.
that looks like a 13 from Tobias and a 16 from Mersel, and everybody else got garbage. Cool. All right. So you're enjoying your desserts picnic, and then Tobias and Mersel, you catch sight of something out of the corner of your eye amongst the seaweed bushes, and it looks fairly familiar coloured red. And then you realise that there's a pair of eyes under that mess of red. There is a tiny girl peering at you through the bushes.
Hello? You Marcel kind of waves at the little girl.
She kind of ducks down, but you get the impression she's not used to hiding. So she ducks down enough for you to not be able to see her eyes, but you can still kind of see her red hair just sort of floofing above the seaweed. She may be pretending to be seaweed, you're not sure.
There is a child losing the ocean.
Well, we know of at least 2 now.
I was I have no idea how. If I've been quiet the second we went into the ocean, it's because I have literally been wrestling with the other half of my brain that plays my other character.
The Umi in you is trying to break out.
So she's ducked down back behind the seaweed, and she's trying really hard to pretend to be part of the scenery. But you can still see her because the seaweed and stuff around is blues and greens, and her hair is very vibrant red.
Sal's going to swim closer.
Yes.
Sammy's gonna get his because he's gonna notice them.
Tobias is not going to go at the same pace as Mersel, because if they both go directly to see the child, that's going to spook her. 2 grown-ass people.
Yeah.
Down on her.
So you move over through the water towards this girl, and she doesn't look to be any bigger than maybe Tally. And she's got a very, very messy mop of this red hair, and she's kind of got her face buried in the seaweed. But then as you get closer, she sort of looks up, and then you can just sort of see her blue eyes get really, really big. But she doesn't try and run away, but she's just sort of watching you.
Mm-hmm. Tobias waves.
She kind of narrows her eyes at you a little bit, and she puffs out her cheeks.
Hello?
Who's closer to her right now, Mersel or Tobias?
I think it will be Mersel.
Yeah.
Okay. Mersel, you get a little close to this girl, and she's puffed out her cheeks, and then you're not quite sure how this works underwater, but she spits a little stream of water straight at your face with kind of like a little whistling sort of noise, and it's as if someone has done that to you at the pool. You just sort of feel this splash of water on your face, and it sort of just trickles down your front. And you're really not sure how that works underwater, but that's what happens.
Oh my gosh.
Liz, is this Ponyo?
I just realized who this is!
I was thinking it was Ponyo, but I didn't want to say anything.
Oh
my god.
Like the description of the red-headed pinstriped man immediately twigged me to what if this is Ponyo.
In my defense, the last time I watched Ponyo was when I was 10.
I have watched Ponyo.
So
It came out that long ago. I feel old.
yeah. So she's just squirted water at you, and then just looking very suspicious.
And Sal just starts wiping the water off his face. Oh.
Are you okay, Mersel?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just water.
You're welcome to roll an insight on her if you like.
Aw. I am rolling in
Sure. That's a nat one. He has water in his eyes.
That's a 2.
Oh my gosh.
Good guy.
Oh boy, does anyone want to help?
My child.
Sammy by this point is like kind of come up behind the both of them, so he's gonna roll
Yeah.
insight. That's
Hey, that's a 19.
Hell
Okay.
yeah, thank
So-
God.
Thank you, Sammy, for having the brain cell.
So, Sammy, you know a lot about Ghibli and kids because that's where you grew up. And this kid, admittedly, she's off the coast, but she's a Ghiblian nonetheless. And you can tell that kind of expression is she's like, I want to talk to you, but you've got to convince me to talk to you. Make it worth my while.
look at the kid and then at the candy and then go over to the candy and grab like one of everything and then like walk back over to the kid and like, do you want some candy?
Her eye is going to go very sparkly, and she's just going to sort of very slowly reach her hands out and then one after the other really quickly grab, and then sort of hold them close to her chest.
Aw.
And
Good.
then she's just going to start.
Good.
She's just going to start eating, like especially the softer things like fudge or whatever. She's just going to start eating them as if she was like a duck. Chewing is for the weak.
Your Honor, this is a child.
Sammy's like immediately softens. He is already smitten by this kid.
Oh god, Sammy
Aw.
does immediately.
He's not gonna adopt him immediately, but he is very attached.
After she finishes eating this candy, the soft candy, she'll grab some of the harder stuff and sort of stick it in her mouth, and then look at Sammy, and then lean over to look at everybody else sitting back on the picnic rug, and then Tobias and Mersel nearby, and then she's just gonna ask, "Are all of you in love?"
Then
All
like
of
turns
us,
bright pink.
but-
Gil just kind of sputters, and his flower crown, which is still miraculously on his head because Toon logic, it just kind of blooms a whole bunch of different kinds of flowers.
Chifley is just blushing like nobody's business. He's just sort of sitting there going, blush.
Well,
What? What's happening? And like Primrose is kind of like looking up, like she just noticed that the kid is there.
Primrose
Listen,
is
Mersel's in Ghibli waters. Mersel has been like all his Ghiblian tropes has been activated all day. So he just swims like behind Toby and Prim, kind of like wraps his arms around them and just like rests his chin on their heads and goes, "Yep, we're in love."
Aww.
It's only the three of us. We're not with the other three. Who are also in love, but with each other.
And the little girl kind of gives an understanding nod and another contemplative lick of I'm just going to say a lollipop, and then she says, "Is it you're from the land, right?"
Oh yeah.
And then she's doing a big think. "Can you teach me?"
Teach you what?
"My dad says I can't possibly be in love with someone from the land because it's different," he says.
Your dad, huh?
Hey, kid. My advice is
Oh
that
no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Mersel actually says, "Oh no."
That too.
you shouldn't listen to your dad because obviously he doesn't know what he's talking about.
I
Well,
wouldn't go
yeah.
that far, but yeah, that's the gist of it.
Basically,
Gil literally does say bullshit.
No, why good?
Sammy
What?
kind of like crouches down so he's like more to the kid's height, and he's just like, well, part of love in of itself is you have to trust your own heart, not what other people say. So if you think you're in love, then give it a shot.
Well, the fisherman boy is really nice, and he doesn't care that I'm a fish.
Blink, 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 blink. The shading is now gray and very confused.
Let's rewind. The fisherman's son?
Yeah, he lives up there, and she just points up.
And you can't possibly be in love with him because you're a fish?
That's what my dad says.
Well, you look like a child right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't see why you can't fall in love with the fisherman's son.
What am I supposed to do with him?
Sel's just sitting here and looking kind of desperately at Tobias because he doesn't know what to say. He wasn't the one who kickstarted the whole OT3. He had to have it spelled out to him.
Once again, the responsibility.
Sammy can take the hit if you need.
No, I think Tobias can try.
Okay.
Well, where does your friend lives?
She just points straight up.
Okay.
He lives on the surface.
So I suppose you don't have the authorization of your dad to go up there.
Well, no, but I'm good at sneaking onto the boat.
I'm fucking busy regarding
I would like
you.
to say that Tobias has committed crimes more than once. Would it be kidnapping to bring her to see her friend?
Yes. No, don't.
Yes.
Tobias, think about how worried your dad would be.
Tobias.
No.
Think about it, but
Tobias.
not in the
That seems like
Primrose
a
is just-
wonderful idea.
Primrose,
Sammy is
Primrose lifts up both of her paws and baps both Tobias and Gille on the back of the head.
No, we are not kidnapping someone's child.
I mean, it's not really
Yeah.
happening if she's going along willingly.
The little girl just
No,
sort
you
of...
sound like a kidnapper right now. You sound like someone who'd offer children candy through the window of a car.
The little girl just sort of tilts her head to one side. It's like, kidnapping? Oh, he could come down here. And Chifley just sort of snorts.
It's just
Primrose
Mersel.
buries her face in her paws.
So is Sammy. Sammy has his face in his hands, just like, oh my god.
What if we bring her back after she went to see her friend, and then we?
Well, have you considered how angry her dad would be and how worried? Do you really want to put the poor man through, I don't know, an hour of thinking his daughter just straight up disappeared into the air?
Well,
Yes.
it sounds like she's able to do it herself perfectly fine.
Gille, you're
Well,
gonna have to make a dex save because Prim's trying to bap you again.
Hold on.
The other thing that we could do is go see our dad and try to convince him, but also we're total strangers.
You're welcome to roll insight on her at the moment.
Oh my gosh.
After you say that.
I am on
Alright.
insight.
Roll insight.
17.
16.
Yeah, Gille, you do
Oh my
dodge
gosh.
Prim's hand.
Gil just
Probably
kind of
that
swims
one.
away from Prim and sticks his forked tongue out and wiggles it up and down in the water.
Okay. So what with? Okay, the two.
I rolled a 17.
Okay, so that one was Mersel, and then that was Prim committing a violence, I think, and that one was.
Trying,
Yes.
yeah, Prim
Yeah.
failing to commit a violence because Gil swam away was the 10.
Primrose attempts to kill Gil.
Okay. Give me just give me one hot sec. I've just got to do something real quick.
Oh boy.
Okie doke. Oh boy.
Oh
Oh, this has been so good so far. I love this so much.
This is hilarious.
Are we gonna cause Ponyo to happen? Are we gonna be responsible for this?
Don't worry.
Gee, I sure hope so.
Don't worry about it.
I'm worrying about it.
Don't worry about it. What did I just say?
All right, sorry about that. All right, so with a 16 and a 17, and Sammy, unfortunately, you get nothing with a 2. So with a 16 and a 17, you can kind of tell that she knows something, but she's not supposed to say it.
Is there anything you can tell us? Sal's going to give like his most like reassuring smile, kind of crouched down so his eye level to her.
Sammy's too busy trying to wrap around the idea of her being a fish.
Also, like, quite honestly, that's not the weirdest thing Sal has gone through at this point.
She kind of does this little shoulder wiggle. She's not convinced. You might have to roll a persuasion.
Alright, sure, let's roll persuasion.
22.
Work.
Wow.
Dirty 22!
Well, Sal taps his like golden and blue eyes at her, and you know, like it's pretty. His eyes are very pretty.
So you do that, and she kind of does that little shoulder wiggle, and then rubs the back of her head and says, "My dad said I'm supposed to watch you to learn what love is like. Like, I'm supposed to realize that it's different."
Well, that's a flawed way of thinking. Love's different for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Also, oh no, we just lost Obby.
Oh shit! No!
God!
Obby!
I'm hard on my guitar. I can't believe Obby is fucking dead.
Abby came into my realm and I'm trying to kick her out.
Oh no! Oh no, Abby.
Okay, but unrelated. I'm just looking at you with like, you asked the Hihu Magic Man to roll persuasion, the man with the +8 modifier.
Yeah. I mean, if Gil was rolling I wanted to see what happened if Gil was rolling persuasion. Yeah, an unnatural 20.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy!
When will my Obby return from war?
Never.
No!
I think.
Obby is typing. Obby is typing.
Beloved, my beloved.
Oh,
No.
Yes.
Oh no! Her internet died.
Okay. Well, I guess this is
There's some technical difficulties, Skiff.
Yep.
Technical difficulties.
Obby!
Abby.
Ah!
Hey!
I'm alive again!
You're
I'm alive again! My
Oh,
internet tried to assassinate me, but I'm back!
Rude.
Alright, what's the last thing you heard?
I was starting to hear, like, Vamp give the description of, like, batting the eyes, and then everyone's voices slowed down, and then I got disconnected.
Liz said that Ponyo XP said that they were supposed to watch them to figure out to see what love is like, and to realize that what she's feeling isn't love. And Sal was like, Sal was like, well, that's kind of flawed because love is different for everyone.
Ah, yes. Yes. Good. Yes.
And the little girl is just sort of, she folds her hands over her chest and is doing that kind of big think kind of pose. And she kind of frowns. It's like, well, I mean, I do love him. I think he's super nice. And my dad's a jerk, but He did set all of this up for me. I don't know what to do.
How cells actually? I'm gonna roll a T2 real quick. Oh no!
Oh no.
When you leave it up to
Cells
chance.
just like cells just like crouching here and thinking, and it's just like, how long are you supposed to be watching us?
Until you go to bed.
Would you say that anyone would miss you if you were gone for a bit?
Well, I mean, they'd notice. They know where I am.
What if you said that you were just following us? If we went to the surface and you followed us, you wouldn't technically be breaking your dad's rules.
But the boat's not going back until tomorrow.
That's true, and he's like thinking very hard, thinking thoughts. He's actually considering this because I wrote a 1.
Good golly.
Please pat him.
Chifley hasn't moved from where he's sitting on the picnic blanket, but he has started looking directly up. And if anyone else cares to do so, even without a perception roll, you can't see the surface from here. You're a long way down.
Sammy kind of makes a face, and he's like, his shading kind of does a little purple shading.
Cells like thinking, well, did he specifically say that you were only supposed to follow us for tonight? Only watch us until we go to bed? Or did he just say you have to watch us?
No, until you go to bed. I wasn't supposed to bother you after that.
What if we never go to bed? And you can follow us when we go on the ship tomorrow because we technically never went to bed.
She kind of holds up a finger and does that open mouth, I'm going to respond, and then stops. And then has a think.
I am just sitting here.
Just sitting here.
Please, someone bat Mersel before he ends up like doing what he said he wasn't gonna do.
Gille is not going to stop.
Yeah, Gille and Tobias
Fred? Primrose, please bat your boyfriend.
I'm gonna roll a D2. Because there are so many chaos people here, and I have to see if Prim is being enabled or not.
Oh god.
Oh dear god, she's being enabled.
Oh shit, we both got the ones.
Alright.
I need to see if Sammy's gonna be responsible or not.
Oh no.
He's not gonna be responsible when Inner Romantic is activated.
Oh, what's Chip doing? Okay.
Oh my
Chif,
god.
please save us.
Please.
Chifley's just kind of gonna be like, she's likely going to have someone check up on her, even if we don't go to bed.
That's true. And like Cell sigh.
Sammy kind of rubs at his face and kind of quietly admits that I don't really want to have a point of exhaustion tomorrow.
What? Why? Do you have anything to do tomorrow? Gille still arguing for chaos?
I don't want to have a headache.
Cell's just like, I'm not saying that we don't sleep. I'm just saying we can always just, like, make like a pillow fort or something off the bed. We aren't going to bed.
What if instead of exhausting ourselves like this, we're just show different kind of love, just to see which one she relates to more.
That works. I guess.
You know that.
I suppose.
That is like the one common sense thing we've heard so far. Like Prim has said, even though she herself was gonna enable the chaos by being quiet.
Like I feel like there's just like a collective open mouth finger up, and then like closing the mouth and lowering the finger.
Yeah.
It's like when there's so many chaos people like gathered in one spot, like the brain, even like you saw like 3 nat ones in a row.
I'm dying, guys. I'm
no.
dying. Oh boy.
Leave it to the Crunkle follower to come up with this solution.
Yes.
Well, what kind of love can we show her, though? None of our other friends are here.
Well, we can just teach her.
I mean,
Just like tell her about our experiences.
well,
Yeah.
the fact that
About his experiences and sweating. I don't think mine are universal.
Mersel, I
Gille-
think you will be a perfect example of familial love.
I'm gonna roll something real quick.
And like Prim is like busting a gut.
Okay, he choked on water and is currently like hacking his up.
Gil is going to lift up his finger and go, yeah, that makes sense.
and so he kind of glances between like both groups basically, and is like, "Well, we're all kind of friends to each other, right?"
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry, Chifley. Sal is too busy, like, choking.
So there's another form of love right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got
Well, you
you've got
okay?
familiar, you've got platonic, you've got romantic, you've got other stuff.
Queer platonic?
Mm-hmm.
You don't even need to roll an insight. All of those words are going over her head.
Yeah.
Queer platonic one
Alright.
just, like, small pause, and he's like, huh, queer platonic? But he shakes his head right after.
Alright, kid.
Okay.
Do you have any, like, brothers or sisters or anything?
She gives a very keen nod. She's like, oh yeah, I've got lots of sisters. And then she points over at the boat. They all work over there.
Oh,
Ah.
interesting. Alright.
Okay.
Do you-
Wait a second. I want to see if Prim can connect dots. I am rolling intelligence to see.
So, kid.
No. Never mind.
Oh my
So, kid, do you care about your sisters?
Yeah, a lot.
That's a kind of love.
No, I don't think what I feel for the fisherman boy is the same as what I feel for my sisters. But they're both fun. I like playing with them both.
What about, do you have any, do you know anyone besides your sister down here in the ocean?
Oh yeah, I've got lots of friends.
And is it like that?
A little? We like to play games.
Do you, and like Sal's trying to think, when you think of the fisherman's boy, do you want to always spend time with him? Does being around them make you happy?
Yeah, I'd rather be up there than down here.
No, like thinking, and Sal's gonna reach out and like hold Tobias's and Prim's hands and go, do you want to hold hands with them?
She kind of just sort of looks down at her hands and gives her fingers a bit of a wiggle, and I could do that? Ooh.
Yeah, you can hold hands with him if he
Yeah, it's
wants
really
to.
nice.
You can see gears starting to turn in this kid's head.
Aww.
I'm holding her soft.
Yeah. And like,
hold her
Sal's
so
trying
very
to figure out like what, like, you know, because most hallmarks of like romantic love are like stuff like kisses, and like he doesn't think like this child would like, you know, want that. So like he's trying to think of like other like ways to like,
Do
you know.
do you want
Kiddo.
to hug them and not really let go?
Oh, that sounds really nice.
Aww.
He's just quietly melting. He's like, "Aw,
Same with Prim. Oh.
this is a kid's baby
Wait.
first love."
Prim's tail starts.
Oh,
Kid.
boy.
Because it has a fin on it now.
You're close to your fisherman's boy. Does your heart feel like it's going a mile a minute?
She thinks about that one for a long time. I don't know. I don't remember.
That's okay. Do you kind of feel like all warm and fuzzy and like you could practically like pop from joy when you're around him?
She gives a very keen nod at that, and you can actually see some Ghibli floof in her hair, although it's a little hard to see because it's doing the whole I am underwater thing.
It's just like he's doing like the whole soft emoji right now in spirit.
Well, I think that's enough to qualify as love. It could be either pure platonic or romantic, but that's still love.
Yeah.
What you feel is valid, kid.
Yeah.
She gives you all this really big grin, and she just sort of floats up and down in the water a little bit, and I knew it wasn't any different. My dad doesn't know what he's talking about.
I think he's just scared of you growing up too fast.
Yeah.
Huh.
He wants you to be his little kid for a little bit longer. So he's put this silly rule here. But I think he just wants to make sure you're safe.
Yeah.
And that's valid feelings, but that shouldn't make him stop you from experiencing stuff like that.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you branch out from the familiar, you find some of the best things you'll ever have in your life.
Gil has just
Primrose.
fallen silent. He's thinking.
Tobias is very seriously nodding because, like, y'all don't know about this, but Tobias did leave his family to, like, go explore the world and realize his dream of being an actor.
Hold
And look what he got now.
Me look at the entire like cast. Sure wonder like how many of them have left their family and the familiar.
Awkward collar tug.
Don't worry about it.
Is Prim the only one? Wait a second. Hold on.
Prim is the only one.
Oh boy.
My gosh, she is! Wait a second! I'm reeling!
I mean, for Prim's case, it's kind of the reverse situation.
Yeah.
So this little girl, she's standing there and she looks outright inspired and delighted, and she's sort of giving you all really big smiles and a keen nod. And before she can say anything else, you can hear another voice from somewhere behind you. And it is the voice of an older sounding woman, and she just says, "Ah, Pony, darling, there you are. Don't bother our guests, dear." And you turn
Is
around.
it bothering us?
You turn around and there is a very tall woman there wearing a blue gown and with very long flowing red hair.
Oh, is it the ocean spirit?
How tall is she?
She's standing at somewhere between 7 and 8 feet.
Oh,
That's tall.
oh, that's tall.
Okay, 13. Prim and Toby, like you see Salka red. Oh, she's pretty.
Aww.
Too buzzy.
Every shading goes
Being.
blue.
Gil's
Like
just
sky blue.
like he's just staring because, and then he starts muttering Grolix under his breath, intermixed with, "Why does everyone have to be so damn fucking tall?"
Oh.
Mersel still kind of dazed and staring at this very pretty lady who's taller than his what? Still kind of dazed. Mersel under his breath, but Gille, you can hear him. I think you're just the one who's short.
It's okay,
My
Gil.
friend's shorter than
Tobias,
me.
it's okay, Gil. Tobias will stand next to you and you will find her a bit taller than...
Gil's just gonna swim over and just like whap at Mersel.
Oh, what did I do?
The tall woman doesn't seem to be perturbed by this at all. She's just still sort of smiling at you all. And she says, I'm sorry if my daughter has been a bother. Are you all enjoying your time at our hotel?
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh,
and
it's
your
been
daughter was
wonderful.
polite.
Yeah,
It's
she
very pretty.
hasn't been a bother
Also,
at
your
all.
daughter is very nice.
She's very cute.
I'm glad that she hasn't been interrupting you too badly. Pony, what do you have to say to our guests? And the little girl, she sort of swims over to float beside her mother, and you can see the eye roll from her. And she goes, I'm sorry for interrupting your trip. Please accept this token as an apology. And she reaches into her hammer space.
By snorts.
And she pulls out
Sammy.
She pulls out a little pouch from her hammer space and pulls something out of it and offers it to you all. And there are 6 iridescent seashells sitting in her palm.
Oh, oh,
Pretty.
oh, it's pretty. Oh, that's such a
Gil's
pretty
gonna-
image.
Pick one up and examine it.
Without rolling anything, you can tell it's not magical. It's just pretty.
Sammy's gonna
Pretty.
take one and just like hold it to his chest because that's pretty. That's pretty. That's a pretty seashell.
Aw.
And once you've all taken one, she continues, Thank you for being
Thank
patient
you.
with me.
It was our pleasure, kid.
Yeah.
It was nice
That's fun.
talking to you.
And
Mhm.
the very tall woman bows, puts her hand on the little girl's head, and then starts guiding her away. And you're all welcome to roll a perception to try and overhear what she says to her.
Indeed.
I am wrong.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll roll
18.
perception.
Give me the dits.
Give me the
13.
gossip.
At least it's not. At least it's not. At least it's not a 1.
5.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Prim's ears lift up again, but she hears nothing.
They tried a satellite dish, but they hear only dolphins.
Okay. Is Mersel rolling one?
Wait, sorry, what? I admit that I zoned out.
Perception.
Oh,
That
okay.
might be love, they love
Perception.
you so much.
That's a 6. Michelle is like me and has zoned the fuck out, apparently.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so by the looks of that, only Chifley and Tobias overhear this. But this tall woman has sort of leant down to where the little girl is swimming beside her through the air water, and you can the two of them overhear. You weren't supposed to talk to them, Pony. They're nice, Mama. They taught me all about love from the land. Oh, and what do you think? It sounds like fun. I want to try it straight away. Well, hopefully
We have
that will,
enabled the child. Mission success.
hopefully this will convince your father. He better do. He promised. And with that, they move too far
Aw.
away for anyone to
yeah.
hear. And that's kind of all the activity I've got for you guys today. You finish your dessert and the attendants take you to your rooms, and they will give you a room with whatever arrangement of beds you want, whether or not you wanted to all be in the same big bed or separate ones or whatever. And
One big bed.
And then the next morning, you are treated like the same kind of way that you have been treated all the day prior. You're given a big breakfast picnic where all the food was in bento boxes shaped like flowers. And you're shown around the gardens a bit before being taken back to the Golden Well and moving up onto the ship. And when you step through that bubble window door thing, all of your fishy sort of features fall away as if they were a sheet of water just falling off you. And there is an attendant standing nearby with a mop. And you're back to normal. And
Y'all can roll perception for Tobias if you want, but I'm gonna say it either way, but
Perception or insight?
perception.
Okay. 15 for Prim! The first good perception!
Okay.
I think Gil's probably too busy thinking.
Yeah.
He's been thinking from that point when they were talking about love pretty much all through the night, and I do want to say he did request a separate bed.
Aww.
Sammy would agree
valid
too.
of him.
Yeah, that's valid of him.
I'm just saying for the others, then Tobias, for a few seconds after entering the ship again, thoughts as the fishy things fall away, because he was really enjoying
Aw.
Aww.
Oh, boy.
Primrose gives him a little hug.
And you spend the rest of that day aboard the Golden Well cruise ship. You're able to partake in all of the different activities before you arrive back at the docks of Koichi. And as we zoom out away from the group, you're making your way either to the beach to play there again or back to the teleportation circle station. And it just sort of fades to black. And that's where we leave it for today.
Oh, that was so good!
That was an
so
extremely
good.
soft game.
I loved it.
Thank you very much for playing, guys. I hope you enjoyed this soft fest.
Oh, I
We
You
did.
more double
enjoyed this so
game.
It was so fun.
That
It
was
was.
good.
When I say zero angst, I do mean it, so you can stop squinting at me, Vamp.
Sorry, but can you blame me?
I can! Oh boy. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording. Everybody